Welcome to my mental breakdown, by which I mean playing Wuthering Waves. Every goddamn week I play this game, I say, oh yeah, I'll just maybe play some off-stream, guys. And every goddamn week I just find myself saying, why bother? I just can't bring myself to do it. Holy shit. With Zenless Zone Zero, I actually did play that off stream because I enjoyed the story. It was a little bit messy at parts, but I enjoyed the story. Even though I did crash out at the end, I played through the whole thing with you. It was an interesting experience, and I suppose that's what's really keeping me here. Family. So in other words, it's your fault. Man, did you changing hours really did me dirty? Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's probably daylight savings. It's a piece of shit that Australia still engages in. It's silly, you know. Random tangent, but did you know that daylight saving results in more deaths? The idea behind daylight savings was this idea. I believe it's a little bit based on something from tradition and history, but the reality of it is based on this idea in the current consciousness, and the reason why people keep it is they base it around this idea that, hey, we want to have it so it's more daylight for you to run around during the day and, like, plan stuff, and that'll be better. Unfortunately, because of the ridiculous nature of, let's just suddenly set the clocks back, this results in people getting up too early for work, getting up way earlier for work, being tired on the roads, and there is a noticeable increase in death. There's a statistical likelihood that you will die that increases on days that daylight savings changes if you're involved in heavy using machinery or on the road in any way, shape, or form. Oh god, what a horror story. But yes, I'm back on my grind. I find that while Wuthering Waves' story, especially after Chapter 1, has improved, I find it hasn't caught my attention amazingly. And I think that comes down to a few factors, and noticeably that it really doesn't have a very interesting element holding it together. Like, look at this. Like, you look at Genshin Impact. Now, Genshin Impact, you know, not many people play that all day, but Genshin Impact has the mystery of the brothers, the brother or the sister, depending on who you play, the twin. The world itself, why are you here? Whoa, who's this god? There's a mystery element. There's a mystery box. Now, you might say that mystery box has been written terribly, and it's just a mystery box, because that's what a mystery box does. It's code for the rider doesn't know, but they know how to set up a mystery that could be interesting later. Whether they'll pay it off or something else entirely. But Wuthering Waves specifically went out of its way to really establish quite quickly who you are, like to reverse the Genshin part. It's like, yeah, you're a god. By the way, there's a prophecy that says you'll win and kill everyone. You made literally everything. You're the best in the world. It's not much of a mystery box. There is a mild mystery box of why are the villains being villainous and talking in riddles. And that's probably the most interesting part because they haven't defined it. Because the writers only were told, make a mystery box. And I find myself interested in that. But even beyond that, let's look at Zenless Zone Zero. Zenless Zone Zero, sure, it has its mystery boxes, but the most interesting thing about Zenless Zone Zero is the fact that the characters are kind of have their own personalities. Wise and Belle both feel like real people, and I'm interested to see who they and how their story ends because they're directly connected, and I'm always seeing them react to things. Whereas with the Rover and with the Traveler and with various other main form gacha store protagonists, they have like the personality and interesting element of like just like a rock on the side of the road that I picked up, like, and not a really like interesting rock, like really smooth one, like one of the ones that's like so unintrusive and uninteresting, and then someone just slaps some titties on there, like that's not pulling me back in. So Weathering does have a difficulty that is keeping me here, which is why I really haven't brought myself to playing it outside of these streams. And you might say, well, what the hell are you doing? Why the hell are we here? Just to suffer? And perhaps for me, yes. But I can't get over the fact that I can't get over the fact that I made a promise. So that's one thing. I made a promise, so I'm following through. But the other element is, it's a morbid train wreck curiosity that is similar to a bad movie. there is always the possibility it will improve. And I do say that I would hope that it improves. And I'll always say that I'd hope that it somehow overcomes the seemingly endemic problems with its deeper lore and its very clear issue with its kind of even vibe-based storytelling. But I find that it's interesting just to watch with people and just, you know, observe the train wreck. Perhaps it will improve, and we can all hope. But even if it doesn't, there is just the morbid satisfaction of watching everything fall apart and then just kind of pointing that fact out to everyone. Well, not everyone, but you know what I mean. Speaking of shows, though, and you know, here's one thing. I realized that if I stand on top of this spinny thing, she doesn't talk. She's considered moving, so she doesn't do the, like, talking midway, so I don't get interrupted in my thoughts. I just have to live with the silly music as she spins around. And the mild swell in her chest. You don't think I didn't notice that? Of course I noticed that. Premium Guna here, goddammit. Speaking of bad stories, though, and good stories, to be honest, I recently finished off a bunch of, well, not a bunch, but a few anime from the past season, because I've found that as much as there are shows that can really drag me in with a week-to-week value, I find that finishing everything in a big bundle really helps. Like, if you have 12 episodes for a season out, I can finish that, bam, right away. Whereas that same series for 12 episodes, I'll probably enjoy, but there'll be one poor episode, I'll forget to watch it, and it'll just slip off. That happens way too much. But since the story isn't good, has the player base gone down? I wouldn't believe so. Because, I mean, as much as... Okay, here's the truth. And this is the truth that a lot of people who really like Weathering Waves would probably point out, and to their credit. Weathering Waves doesn't have to have a good story. It just has to have enough vibes to get through. You don't need to have a good story for a gacha in a lot of ways. And you never really did traditionally. Yes, we are in the era of Genshin, where you have to have big, giant JRPG stories, but Weathering Waves is proof that you can retain a player base through a very awful opening, as long as the girls have massive tits. And you know what? More power to them. I do find it, like, I personally, I'm not a person who can sit through a long game without a good story. Enfield showed that. Enfield has some really hot girls, like that dragon girl in Enfield. Good lord, they were cooking. But that doesn't matter to a lot of people. There are people like me who obsess over the fact that they made no sense in some element of their storytelling, or that their villains don't really logically fit, or that the entirety of Chapter 1 was a dog's breakfast made by a schizophrenic 14-year-old. But that doesn't matter to a lot of people. A lot of people, that doesn't matter. A lot of people, and this is what Chapter 2 has done correctly. Chapter 2 has hit the vibe necessary. If you just kind of like blur, you know how you can squint your eyes and things go a little blurry? If you do that with the story, everything kind of fits. You know, there's an evil church, there's like, something's going wrong, there's a cult, the evil god. Like, it just kind of fits. It's fine. You don't have to think. It just works. It just works. But the vibe storytelling fits. Of, oh, they're a villain, they're acting villainous. Oh, there's a cute girl, she's on your side and she's helping out. If you don't think too hard, it works out. Whereas Chapter 1 went so badly against the storytelling, on top of having very poor presentation. Because, like, even with the visuals, there was some when I say poor presentation, I mean, like, in terms of, like, you're telling me I'm fighting a war, and then, like, I'm fighting, like, 3 guys in a tiny little, like, area just in the open world. Like, it didn't make sense. They did such a poor job in that, on top of the bad storytelling that didn't work. But Chapter 2, yeah, 100%. I can 100% see people just playing Chapter 2 and enjoying it. And, like, obsessing over it, posting art, talking exhaustively about how they'll marry these characters, talking endlessly about who the rover's going to get with, discussing at length the designs and choices and maybe even the gameplay. And then when it comes to the story, they just kind of leave it at the meme-y levels, or, you know, some emotional moment which was kind of emotional but was not built up to. I started watching beef. Congratulations. It's a very healthy thing to have. Don't listen to vegans. Eat beef. Don't just watch it though. But the first step is watching. But yes, the truth is that a lot of people don't need a good story. And especially when it comes to gacha, when your actual market that you're attempting to corner tends to be gamers who don't have a lot of money, and they are they don't have a lot of money. They don't have a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? They don't have a lot of money, but they have a lot of time, and they can spread the word of your game, and in turn they'll attract people who do have money. While yes, a story-based game, a heavily story-based game, will obviously have more people more play it, it's not a necessary element for a lot of games, and it's not a necessary element for gachas. It just needs to pass the vibe of a story. And right now, Chapter 2 is passing the vibe, even if nothing really makes sense and it's written terribly. But it's just kind of written... Okay, terribly, Okay, there you go. There's another element. I'm very biased. Don't ever let it said that I was being fair to this. I am biased towards this game. To me, Weathering Waves is a monumental fuck-up in a lot of ways. And that monumental fuck-up from earlier, Chapter 1, has infected my expectations for Chapter 2. Even with the improvements, it's still a bit of a fuck-up. And that bit of a fuck-up is turning into a massive fuck-up because I'm just connecting it with the bad storytelling from Chapter 1. Is that logical? Should I be like, oh, well, this is a fine storytelling with some minor issues with logic and consistency, but I'm sure they'll improve. Yeah, maybe this was Chapter 1, but you can't just erase the goddamn, Ho Chi Minh Trail of Death that I had to go through, which was called Chapter 1. Or actually, it's Weathering. No, oh, it is actually Weathering. Good point. It's a show about people having beef with each other. Fair enough. Enjoying some beef. A good idea, I know. Meat is good to share. Speaking of, did you watch that video I sent you, the fight between Jane Doe and the officer? No, I actually went to bed just right after I got that. I was like, oh, and then I just fell asleep. But no, I'll check it out. This is some good shit. I can already guess. It's Jane Doe and the officer. It's probably like some very, very well edited fan thing that focuses on the exact jiggle physics of her ass. And I'm totally all for it. Jane Doe, my beloved ass rat. The only good thing about... No, okay, that's not fair. I'm being mean again about Zenless Zone Zero. And again, Zenless Zone Zero also has its problems. If it wasn't for the last chapter of Zenless Zone Zero, the recent chapter, being literally just a bunch of idols hanging out and being cute and kind of getting back to the roots of the show's kind of slice of lifey element that it was trying to cultivate, as opposed to the let's go over the top and be like a big, big gacha game with all the, the threat of the world and bullshit. They probably, if they hadn't have done that, I probably would have been much more harsh about Zenless Zone Zero when I was in my slapdash review of it. It was the rat girl. Of course it was the rat girl. Jiggle. Wait, it wasn't Jane Doe. No. Jane Doe's the rat girl, right? Yeah, Jane Doe's the rat girl. The jiggle, the shark girl is Ellen. I was thinking about another thing regarding gachas, which, we're shit talking here. And I know, I usually put like a goddamn thing up the top that says, I go to the gameplay here. Because I know there's some people who are just like, fuck, I know he's talking about Weathering Waves, but I give a fuck, I just want to watch a goddamn gameplay. So that's on the VODs and stuff. But what I'm talking about now is some gacha shit. I was thinking about this. You know how Ellen in Zenless Zone Zero is extremely attractive? She is really, really hot. She has a really cool design. I like her personality, and she has great fan art. And by fan art, I mean, have you seen there's some songs that they put animation for? There's some really awesome fan creations, comics. There's some amazing, really well done artists and stuff like that, and a lot of really great stuff trailers and stuff like that. Really great. Yet in the story, Ellen barely does anything. And I just kind of had this moment where I realized there's a lot of gacha games that get by entirely on vibes of their characters' potential rather than what they actually do in the story. Yeah, she did a cover of that one song, and that's why I was thinking of it, because that cover of that song is fucking amazing. It's in my permanent algorithmic YouTube thing. Whenever I'm on YouTube and I just randomly start clicking on music, that song is gonna show up because the algorithm's like, hey, I know you like to watch this, detective. Come on, you know that? And I'm like, all right, you got me, and I click on it because it's great, it's cute. I love the bounce of it, the animation's great, the vibe of it. I love her tsundere kind of attitude. Oh god, she's a great character. Does fuck all in the story. I know there's like a massive cast of characters. You can't have everyone be really cool, but I think that it's an endemic issue. Every single gacha character, like half of their fucking value comes from the fans building them up into some mythical awesome thing. Where in the story it's like, hello, I'm here to help you on this random mission thing. Oh, okay, mission's over. I guess you're a cool guy. Goodbye. And she just disappears, and that's the end of it. And then you just see her for like the collab moment at the end of the story when all the groups of characters get together again, and then you see her again, maybe in an event once or twice, and she's walking around the city like that. Other characters do this are not as bad as this, but Ellen is a good example of it because she is perfect for it. She's a great design, great character in terms of her personality, all these elements, and she's fuck all to do in the main story. Her side story is just like some cutesy stuff, and you don't really get that much out of it. Honestly, she's 90% fandom built. Which type of dare do you prefer? Depends on the day, but tsundere is a poor one. I think, well, in the modern sense. The modern sense, and by modern sense, I suppose most people won't know, a tsundere, as you probably imagine, is the girl who meets a guy, gets blushy, and starts smacking him. Whereas, technically, it was never supposed to be that. That's just like a morphing of language and a morphing of character. Well, quite interesting if you really care about those kinds of things. But basically, a tsundere went from what it was meant to be, which is sun to dare. Sun meaning doesn't give a fuck, and dare meaning like, you know, cutesy and I'm in love with you. And yet somehow we got this amalgamation of tsundere, and I blame fucking people like Tiger and like the fucking magical seven I can't remember it now, but like the basically tsundere went from traditionally, and this is, you watch old anime and you'll see this, someone who legitimately did not care about this character, not in a I'm violent, but in a I don't care about you, like you're just another person. If you annoy me, fuck off. Or like if you're doing stuff and like I'm around, I don't really care. And then eventually through time or events, they grow into the I like you. This kind of embarrassed, like blushy fights back, or like, oh, I didn't mean it, Baka. That shit, that's like a mutant hybrid. And I don't particularly find myself that interested in. It's almost so standard that I expect it. It's like beyond the point of giving it a name. It's like this is the standard anime woman. When it comes to the other dares, I find them they've maintained relatively normally. Kuru dare tends to be one that doesn't show up as much anymore. There seems to be a little bit of a I think there's more of a desire for characters. In a mainstream sense, there's more of a desire for characters who are much more open with their emotions. For reference, Kurodere is more of a colder, like approach. You think Nagato Yuki from Haruhi Suzumiya and stuff like that, like much more of a like, and even Nagato. Okay, Nagato is a special case, but the point being, she's either she's like colder or like distant, and or perhaps more shy in other cases, depending on which form you're going for. Yandere, of course, is just fun all around. I think I can't say I like any of them particularly more than the other, because they all have their own bonuses. I suppose I do have a negative towards tsundere now at this point, although the traditional idea of it does appeal to me. I remember I read a manga once. I can't remember the name of the manga at this point, but I read this manga where the guy, there's a guy in it. It's like one of those. It's an interesting world where a guy has a childhood friend of his who early on we're doing romance stuff with them, sort of half kind of. She dies. She gets killed by like a monster, and in it, it's implied that there's like a world where like all these people are fighting for like a powerful like reality altering thing, but doing so destroys the world and causes a lot of problems. Basically, you know, and there's like monsters that appear, and this team group basically scouts him. Some hot girl comes and saves him, and he gets scouted into their organization. But the trick is, he doesn't actually care about their organization. He does not give a single flying fuck about their organization. He's just there because he actually wants the power himself and figures rather than join the crazy cult and all the solo wannabes trying to get the power, he should sit with the group that are trying to save the world, because right at the last second he can pull out the fucking rug and use the power to make his childhood friend who died come back to life. He wants to bring her back. And why I'm bringing this up is because the romance in that was quite interestingly done, because you basically watch from a background position that hot girl that he saves. You don't like watch her. It's not like right in your face like a lot of other anime and manga. She falls in love almost in a way that you wouldn't notice until like a much later point. You're like, wow, she fell in love with the main character. Like, I didn't even notice. It's very interesting because the manga does a great job of narrowing your tunnel vision, because his tunnel vision is narrowed. He doesn't give a fuck about her. He doesn't give a fuck about this organization. He's here to get something to work with him. Now, the reason I can't remember that thing is because they fumbled it in the end. Like, they fumbled up the central element, similar to how I hate something that fumbles up their central point and like takes away their choice, because the moral idea is eventually, you know, he gets along with these people. Should he continue to use this power that'll eventually result in the death of perhaps his friends, perhaps a lot of people? Should he, like, you know, eventually betray them? That's a horrible thing and like to do, but will he, won't he, of that kind of thing? That element is very interesting. However, they introduce an element that essentially says, oh, by the way, don't worry about it. It's all wrong and you can't use it to bring it back. By the way, it's just impossible. I won't spoil exactly about, because I don't remember exactly, but it's really bad. Basically, they invalidate the thing so he doesn't actually have to make a choice anymore, and the story just really quickly turns into him being a superhero, and he's all happy and like, save the day! And I'm like, oh, fuck. It's similar to problems like the Fate series. Whenever the Fate series is like, okay, these people want the Grail, and then like the Grail invariably turns out, oh, it's evil Grail, it's corrupt. It's like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Just give me a good one for once. You know? It's like, oh yeah, look at all their emotions. They want to have the Grail for something. And then they get there and, oh, it's broken and stuff. Okay, I guess all of the drama about me using this thing to alter my life and change the fate of all these things doesn't matter anymore because it's a bad one. It's like, oh, who gives a fuck, bro? That's stupid. Just make them... Okay. A conscious choice made to avoid using a wish because you either care for the people around you, or you care for your history, or you care for whatever it is the wish would have invalidated, is more fucking important. That's a valuable character moment than, oh, let's conveniently make your giant wish-creating device actually evil, actually wrong, actually a lie. Therefore, you don't have to feel bad when you just go against it, and we can all say, yay, we're happy. It's such a weak fucking action. A true fucking brilliant action and moment would be a character gets to that point and has built up the question of whether or not to use it and decides not to. If you wanted to have that kind of story, I'm saying. I just don't like that kind of turnaround. It's bullshit. Well, you guys are talking again, and I got off my rant. I always look away from chat when I'm gonna roll. Detective, you suspect you know who? I suspect you know who Project Whiskey is. No. Would you say the Land of the Lustrous manga is a lot better than the anime? I think they're both impressive for different reasons. I would say you can enjoy both. I can't really rank either of them as above the other one in that case. This is just it is a great anime, and if you told me, oh, I just watched the anime, I'd be like, yeah, it's fine, but you need to watch the manga or read the manga anyway, because they don't actually have continuation. But the anime is a wonderful, wonderful one. Although I do know they move some things around towards the end, but it's generally a great experience. Even if I need advice, I just finished Skihame remake, and I don't know what to read next. My options are Fate Stay Night, Steins Gate, and Witch of the Holy Night. I don't have an opinion on Witch of the Holy Nights. If you have to choose between Steins Gate and Fate Stay Night, well, you just did Skihame. if you're really enjoying the Nasuverse, I suppose Fate Stay Night is a great one. I'm for anyone wondering, I'm not a true mega fan of those things. I'm okay. I'm not a mega fan in the sense that like I would spend. Umaniko is my one that I would like, you know, scream from the rooftops. I do like them though. But personally, I'd go with Steins Gate. But it's very thin margin there. If you enjoyed the Nasuverse and you want to see similar to stuff from the Nasuverse, you know, the magic logic and all that. And in fact, I was talking about Grail Wars and stuff, then yeah, go for Fate Stay Night. But Steins Gate is a wonderful anime and also wonderful visual novel. In fact, you could probably choose between either of them and be a pretty happy camper. Regards to that, I know a lot of people will say go to the visual novel, and I would say go to the visual novel if you have the time. My opinion on visual novel versus anime is this: there are anime that are fucking terrible adaptations, actual fucking garbage, and there are animes that are pretty good adaptations, and you could live. A good example, I'd say the Higurashi adaptations. Higurashi's original anime, I actually haven't watched the remake, so I have no comment on the remake, to be honest. But the original anime, really nice. The visual novel is also great, but I quite like the original Higurashi anime. So I'd say that if you had to choose and you only had time, I'd say, yeah, go for the anime. But if you have the time and you'll have the patience for that kind of content, yeah, go for the visual novel. It's a matter of personal choice and timing, because unlike a lot of people, I'm not going to scream and say you must play the original outside of some specific things that is just like, you know, my baby kind of things, you know, fucking stuff that's stuck in my head that I cannot stop people and I can't scream at them and I must scream and stop them. But no, I think you need the reality is time. You know, you got a day job, you got to go to school, you got to go to work and all that other stuff. And like, you know, like some people just don't have the time, and as much as you will and probably enjoy it, you know, there's hard to recommend that if you want to have time to enjoy it. Of course, there are people who can say, well, I mean, if you just got about 2 hours a day to play something like this, and you're going to use it for anime, you might as well just spend 2 hours a day playing the game until you're done your 80-hour or 100-hour visual novel. And that's also relevant too, but some people just don't have the patience to sit down for 100 hours in 2-hour increments. So it is what it is. Oh. That's a long-winded way to say Steins Gate. Now, what are my expectations for Weathering Waves going forward? We are heading into a new part of the story. By the way, randomly unlocked a later part of it. I don't know what this is. I think it's probably like an excuse to you get into the next part of the story. But have a look at this. Look at this. It randomly unlocked fucking a later part, like chapter 2. What? I'm still in Act 4. What the hell is this? I don't know what they're doing there, man. I suppose it's like a, oh, you want to get ahead to access the new areas type thing. I'm just ignoring that. We're not going to skip over story when the whole thing I'm doing. Why the do I have a GIF? Someone asked me this last one. I'm playing Weathering Waves and giving a critique on gachas. Of course I fucking don't. You think I have a woman? She wouldn't allow this. She would shoot me in the back of the head. Anime girl. She had your big titties. Oh, speaking of women though, I actually had I have not through no fucking decision of my own. I have had to learn about the Psycho, Uno man, the fucking anime boy who uses the soft voice, who speaks like this, who got a harem. He's like, "Hi guys, I don't know what I'm doing, but thanks for helping out. Oh jeez, guys, it's so hard. By the way, do you want to hook up in this hotel room?" Oh god. Wait, why is she talking to me? I told her she was spinning before and it was much better. Now she's talking to me. He is a big YouTuber. What's wrong? Why you? What wrong? What playing a gacha game? Personally, I accept it even if playing it. Nah. The thing is, you just it's just a meme, really. It's just a meme. I'm a YouTuber. I have no time for honestly, actually, like legitimately, I have no time for relationships. I just find myself this is gonna sound pretentious as fuck, but I really just don't give a fuck about shit like that. I ain't like any like celibate like Jesus is my true relationship. None of that. I just don't give a single flying fuck at all. I just like whenever like okay, and not to mention I'm also paranoid as fuck. I had a girl talk to me. She joined the server a while ago. She talked on stream for a few streams, and then she started talking to me. And she tried like really engaging me. She was like, kept talking, like, "What's your favorite anime? Let's, how you feeling today? What's up, man?" And I just the immediate like bell for alarm bells went off in my head. And I'm like, "You're a scam. You're gonna try and take something from me." So I acted completely uninterested and cold, and just like kind of like, yeah, okay. I just stopped responding until she just went away. That's my immediate response to women. Which is funny because Skuno, the guy, I'm just gonna call him Uno. So the Uno boy, so his story, if you don't know, is basically he acts like a cute anime boy on stream. He was like a big streamer where basically he had a large women percentage following because he would just act like a little cute boy failure who just needs a girl to save him. He's like, "Oh, geez, I don't know what to do around women. Oh, boy. Oh, gosh. How the hell do I... Oh, I would never..." And in reality, he was like just talking to smaller creators and cosplay girls on the side and saying, "Hey, want to hook up?" And just using the fact that he was a big streamer and the fact that he's well loved amongst the women of the YouTubes to try and like keep him interested and stuff like that. Basically abusing his position. He used his fame to essentially trick these women, or not trick. I mean, yeah, he was tricking them because they are victims of that. Although I know a lot of people have been playing it up as though he's like some sort of horrific monster, but I wouldn't say he was an abuser. If anyone's like on that kind of thing, he was just a piece of shit. Yeah, just a piece of shit. But it's been interesting to see, specifically from the perspective of where the fuck is my YouTuber harem? Why aren't there women contacting me to hook up during the random cons about whatever the fuck that come up all the time? What the hell's going on? I'm feeling left out. Did I have to act like an anime boy from the start? Is the fact that I was spurging out about goddamn gacha games somehow getting in the way of me gaining a harem of VTubers? What the hell, guys? Where do I sign up? What the hell? Is there a board? Do I just kind of go there and say, "Hello, I have 20,000 YouTube subscribers. Do I exchange them 1-to-1? What's the ratio? Is it 100 subscribers to 1 VTuber of a lower level? And do I exchange maybe like 1,000 subscribers and I get like, ooh, she's a bit bigger? Do I exchange all of my subscribers to get Bao? What if okay, that's a bit expensive for I have to get someone smaller, but you know what I mean? Like, what the hell? Okay, now I'm finished my rant. I'll actually look what the hell you guys have been saying. Your voice, the way your voice talk, amazing the way you talk. Oh, I think it's because I've been YouTubing for a while. I used to fucking hate my voice, and I mean it. I fucking hated the sound of my own voice, and I think a lot of people do. Like, you listen to your voice back and you're just like, what the fuck, is that what I sound like? How the hell are people listening? But YouTube and stuff like that. I didn't go to any lessons. I've never paid for a fucking lesson for my voice in my life. But through YouTube, I've kind of cultivated a kind of style of speaking. I wouldn't say this is not my real voice. This is my real voice, just like the YouTube voice is my real voice. I just place emphasis and can move it around depending on what I'm trying to say. I also saw the video, a video of that chick who says, Uno dumped his load inside her. That made me realize some women should not vote. Wow. What was the American amendment? God, the 14th Amendment was a mistake. But no, I think she was like I think she was bandwagging. I did watch that video, because it was, oh god, I fucking I'm like not, everything has been against my will, but it came up and morbid curiosity had to click. But it basically boils down to she had sex with a guy who was a big thing, and like she regrets it. That's all it is. He's a piece of shit. Uno is a piece of shit. But he's not a predator or anything, if you put it like that. He's just a piece of shit. I reckon his brand is gonna fall apart for this. Like, and he deservedly so. Like, he's a piece of fucking shit. Bro cheats on his girl. Like, okay, okay. If he was single, if the motherfucker was single, and he was going around telling girls he was single and then sleeping, all these VTubers and streamers and cosplay girls, and sleeping with them and saying, oh yeah, I'm single, I want to meet up, and then, like, there was because, like, everything was consensual, I'd probably be like, wow, yeah, he's not, like, yeah, okay, he's a playboy, but, like, yeah, that's an interesting twist that, like, the sweet anime boy here was a playboy, but the fact that he already had this girlfriend, and you know, presumably she was, like, from what it sounds like, she's down bad, and, like, you know, a guy like him who can talk around all these women to sleep with him clearly knows how to talk to women to convince them to come back to his room. So this girl's probably sitting there who's been with him for a long time, being like, oh, he still loves me. Like, I feel bad for her, or if anyone, but, like, you know, it is what it is. I'm same personality. I always ask how the person's are. It's like, you should vote. No, I'm not going to be a voice actor. I couldn't be fucked. Don't hate your voice. I love it. Hey, that's nice. I'm happy. Then you can watch all my videos. YouTuber, anime detective, please check me out. Imagine to press the subscribe button and check out the Patreon. Yeah. What makes me angry about that situation isn't that she had sex with him. Is that she allowed him to have unprotected sex with him because he was yeah. Well, yeah. Well, yeah. That's what she did. Okay, here's the big thing. She was blinded by the stardom. I know that sounds like, whoa, are you being sick? No. People get blinded by stardom. Why the fuck do you think goddamn Leonardo DiCaprio every other week has a 19-year-old girlfriend? You think it's because he's just such a smooth talker? Something tells me there's a little bit more to do with his fact that he's Leonardo fucking DiCaprio. The reality is, stardom gives you a ticket, just like money does to a degree. There's a degree to this. People will be, and this goes back and forth. I mean, men are just more to do this, but a woman who has that could also apply that logic. You know, very famous woman probably has some men who would really like line up. It's just men tend to be the ones more on this, you know, the sexual approach like that. So it's just like fame. Now, it also applies to YouTubers, as we have just seen with Mr. Uno here. So I think she was just overwhelmed by his stardom. He was like really cool. He's like, oh my god, this big streamer's here. Maybe she thought that they were going to get into a relationship. Like, it's you know, you get overwhelmed. Why do you think all these like fucking girls get abused also by like Hollywood executives? 99% of the time, those Hollywood executives, like your Harvey Weinsteins, they weren't like, you know, dragging him into a van and pulling him back to a room with a bunch of guys with masks. No, it was, hey, I'm a big fucking producer. I'm like really important. And then that leads to nothing. And also on top of that, either implied or specifically inferred action of like your career goes up or down based on me. Those kinds of random things go around there. Do you accept if randoms ask you personal questions? Not a lot, actually. I wouldn't say I'm a crazy private person, but and I'll talk about almost fucking anything. Like a true good YouTuber would probably stay away from discussing like a big stream thing like this, like for example Mr. Uno's situation, because I might say something fucked up. Because I talk at a mile a minute, and obviously I'm going to say something wrong. I'm going to say something like women don't deserve the right to vote, and then that's going to get clipped out of context. Or in context. I'm sorry. I can't help it. I can't help it. But generally speaking, when it comes to private questions like how tall are you, where do you live, how many cornflakes do you have? No, I don't give a fuck. The minute someone starts asking those, I assume that you're either an AI, a bot, or someone who's like for whatever the fucking reason. Like I immediately assume that. It's something you should do as well. At this point in time, AI and bots like that are gonna be real. And like, imagine a larger YouTuber probably gets like, yeah, obviously he's gonna get like his fans and all that talking to him, but there's gonna be people who would just show up and be like, hello, tell me where you live. I definitely am real, to then like gain leverage and stuff like that. Like it's a dog eat dog world out there. And you know, it is pretty fucked up. Can't contradict you, bro. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Fame and stardom. That said, I think my own tism will lead me to not be able to use my fame and stardom to get like women. I'm sorry. I just don't think I could trust. I wouldn't be able to trust them. A girl could come on to me. It could be the complete opposite. I could get a girl in my DMs saying directly to me all this stuff like, hey, you want to come out? Like, I'm single. She, oh, please, big YouTuber man, come back to my hotel room. And I'd be like, it's a fed. And I'd block her immediately. I'm too tism to take advantage of fame, guys. Well, now I'm never going to get an Uno harem. I will never get a harem of VTubers. No, I've ruined everything. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm such a failure. We're never going to get into a drama about me sleeping with a random cosplayer. It's never going to happen. I've ruined it. I've ruined everything. Yeah, basically. I just couldn't bring myself to do it. I'm too paranoid. And on top of that, okay, here's another thing. YouTubers in general tend to fuck up, right? Like, there's a big, like, okay, maybe it's just because we hear the big popular ones, but there's a tendency of YouTuber, like, with Uno Man, like, you know, he acts the cute boy, actually playboy. Or, you know, other characters like cheating on their wives. You know, I think there was, like, a big YouTuber who was, like, a guy who did, like, relationship advice about, like, happy marriages, and then it just turned out he was fucking his secretary or something. Or like, you know, or take advantage to be so like brutal, especially in like the VTuber sphere, even outside of sexual misconduct. There's the whole like, oh, let's backstab, let's lie, let's pull someone in drama, let's drag someone down. There's a lot of that catty bullshit that's happening. And yeah, you can put it down to like the various subculture elements, like, you know, gun tubers are different from VTubers. But like the truth of the matter is, a lot of those feel like unforced errors when the story comes out. It's like, wow, you were just openly chatting like this or openly doing this? Did you just expect nothing would go wrong, that a Google Doc wouldn't be made about you? Like, at what point did you stop and go, wait a minute, oh shit? For example, Uno. Like, okay, let's go with Uno's thought process here. So Uno's in a relationship that he's not particularly happy with, but he's living together, so he kind of puts up for it. However, he's a sex fiend. He loves his sex. And he's like, oh, I can take advantage and I can get women for this. All right. He's doing this and sleeping with these smaller creators with the knowledge that he's a big creator who is beloved for his idea of innocence. And he thinks he's just going to get away with this? Like, okay. Look up some fucking drama farming channels. The Right Opinion does like multiple hour essays on like people fucking up like this. Why the hell did you do this? What an unforced error. Even if you made a few mistakes, let's say Uno whored around a little bit early on, and then he kind of got big and he's like making money off this. He's a big YouTuber. What point did he not stop and go, wait a minute. I'm going out here having sex with all these girls while having a relationship. Why the fuck am I doing this when this is my fucking well-known personality of like being, this is going to blow up in my face? Why didn't he at that point completely stop, or alternatively end his relationship with his girlfriend as quietly and cleanly as possible, then get with like a girl that he was interested in who could satisfy his apparently nymphomaniac desires? Like, it was just going to fall the fuck apart. I don't know what ABT is. The VTuber scene looks so toxic, and the worst part is that we can only see things that get made public. Yes. I mean, I do talk to VTubers. I know it's a big deal. Like, I was just screaming about how I don't have a VTuber harem, and I'm very upset. But I do talk to VTubers. Not big ones. Well, relatively big ones. And not consistently. But I've been in that sphere, and I know a little bit about it. I won't say the name, but I met a VTuber once who, in public, was extremely sweet. Extremely like, oh guys, oh geez, oh guys, oh geez. She wasn't much of a VTuber as much as she really was like a fleshy tuber a bit. Like, she wouldn't show her face, but she would show all the rest of herself off. She acted very sweet and silly and like acted like she didn't know anything. And then like she was like the most foul-mouthed, like I don't give a fuck about this thing. I just do this for the money kind of bullshit in the back. It was funny. But those people exist, and that's I've got limited knowledge, but also as a content creator and as a fucking person, you can assume that not everyone's the same. People do put on a level of fakery, but we buy into that social contract when we start watching the VTuber, when we start enjoying and interacting. We buy into the social contract, and that's the situation that occurs with a lot of those VTubers. Like, you know there's someone behind this. You know she's probably got a boyfriend. You know that she's probably not exactly this innocent. You know that when she's like says something a bit sexual suddenly, there's a chance and she's probably faking it. But here's the thing. That's me as a paranoid talking. She could probably be legit, but like a lot of them do kind of play that up, and you kind of buy into that as a fan, and you're like, yeah, we're just having fun. And, you know, it is what it is. I mean, yes, people lose their fucking minds over it and become terrible people, but I'm, you know, I just accept VTubers who just doing their grind, you know? And to be honest, a lot of them are just legit. What's going on here? What are you saying? And it only gets out when he lost most of his audience anyway. To be fair, he did it for a while to get away with it. Yeah, I think it's the matter of, like, you know, it's boiling the frog logic for yourself, which essentially means he was sleeping with a bunch of girls when he was smaller. He started sleeping with more girls as he got bigger, and the slow step up of how big he became didn't make him realize he was like, you know, basically walking a knife edge. Like, if he had have made his entire personality being a toxic gamer who was just like doing whatever the fuck he wanted, I think, especially if he didn't have a girlfriend to begin with, if it came out that he just had sex with a bunch of girls and he never lied to them, and it was just like one night stands where they were all convinced into it and there was no non-consensual shit at all, I think everyone would probably be like, yeah, whatever. And probably make fun of the girls. The girls, some of the girls who are trying to play it off like as like he did the worst thing ever, that's a little too far. I reckon the girls who had, like, for example, that girl who had sex with him and then regretted it, playing it up as though she was a victim of like you know, something more non-consensual, that was a bit much. What you needed to do was like just come out and be like, yeah, he's like this, like, yeah, he's a piece of shit. Like, I made some choices and I got convinced, but like, you don't need to play it up. You don't want to play it up like you're like a crazy ass victim of some actual fucking horrific conspiracy. Yes, you are a victim, but you are not like, you know, it's like stubbed your toe versus fell down the stairs. Like, come on, you didn't fall down the stairs. You stubbed your toe, metaphorically speaking. That's why I only watch Neuro. She always real. That's true. You know what the funny part is? In a way, she is always real. Because Neuro legitimately is just Neuro. Like, okay, yeah, there are some elements you might argue. Like, people say, like, oh, maybe he's forced her to say some things and that in the background. But genuinely, Neuro is just a schizophrenic language model. And she's not going to lie to you. Because everything she says is a lie, technically. She's going to forget what she said tomorrow and probably imagine herself as a fucking alien. Like, she's just schizophrenic, and it's great. And she'll never betray you. You won't get a story where, hello, I'm sorry for my vast and horrific unethical actions against other V2. There's not going to be a fucking Neuro doc that releases where Neuro was like sending I don't know, another VTuber threatening letters and forcing other people to like not work with her for art or whatever. Like, it's crazy. Legit mindset. Legal mindset has alluded to the fact that Vibo do sleep with multiple fans and creators at conventions. Tectone is one of the rancid mentioned VTubers sleep with large contracts. Yes. Okay. Here's the thing. VTubers are human. VTubers are human. Now, I just talked about how I'm like a schizophrenic, and if some girl talks to me, I immediately assume she's here to try and steal my soul and kill me, and she's actually an AI or a federal agent. But humans are still human. As cute and silly and fun and innocent as they appear, we're still human. A VTuber is talking to 100 people. They're talking to all these people from all walks of life. And a lot of them are very interested in them. Even putting aside the value of like, you know, a big content creator shows up and like even putting aside the desire for clout, that's a big, it's not even just about clout. It's a big person talking to you, a big famous person. You've probably enjoyed their content. Like, you already have a bias towards them. Sleeping with them isn't the biggest next step. Of course, there are going to be VTubers who engage in stuff with their fans or with, like, moderators or their managers, quote unquote. It's just the reality. People are people. And a lot of them, like, you know, like, a lot of them don't talk about their boyfriends they have. Do you think they're going to mention how they go to a big event where, like, a big fucking convention is? Like, it's a big convention. Think of it like this way. You're a VTuber. You're a hot VTuber. You've got a lot of people who talk to you. You have a lot of fun. You know, there's a lot of people talk to you. On the down low, you can talk to so many people. You're going to find someone that you kind of click with. Someone you have a romantic interest in. And, you know, when are you going to meet up? At the big event where everyone goes. And naturally, that just turns a lot of those big events into a little bit of an orgy. And sure, some of them, maybe a lot of them are going to be like instant one night things, because the reality is you can't both, maybe if you're both public figures, you can't both be public about it. And you're just human. You have needs and desires. These are just normal things. The truth, you might be upset with like the idea of like, hey, you're lying to your fandoms and stuff when you say you're like a celibate, you know, cute girl or whatever, or maybe you're lying when you don't tell them while, you know, acting flirty with your chat or whatever. But that's just the fucking way things fucking crumble. I said it before. When you watch a VTuber, you're accepting a social contract, a white lie where she doesn't tell you about her private life and you just don't ask. That's it. That's the situation you're in with those people. And it's something you just have to accept. Like, I know it doesn't feel great. It doesn't feel great to know that, hey, this girl you've spent money on, this girl you listen to and talk to, who you find you may be very attracted to. Like, I find some VTubers, I wouldn't say their names because as a content creator myself, I don't want to fucking say to someone that I might potentially work with in the future, oh yeah, I'm actually really attracted to your model and you're really cute. I'm not going to say that, but like, it's just the truth of the matter is, they're out there and they have their own lives to live. You think a woman is going to be like, oh, okay, I'm desirable, I find someone I like, I'm just not going to get married, or I'm just not going to be in a relationship, I'm gonna be like the true Japanese idol experience? No, VTubing gives them the power to have an actual private life and perform as an idol in the traditional idol sense. And some of them are just more open with it. You know, they say they have VTubers and VTubers that say they have boyfriends and husbands. Then you already see the other side of it where there's just fucked up people who obsess over the fact that they have boyfriends and husbands. I'm pretty sure I've seen like multiple VTubers, not that I'll say specifically because I don't like revealing this information despite the fact you can easily find it if you search it up online, but who have husbands and even children. And there are people who will go into chats and they will start talking about it. I didn't like this girl because she revealed she was lying about not having a husband. And they'll just keep responding to everyone in this quiet tone of like, yes, they have a boyfriend. Did you know they have a boyfriend? And that is like the actions of a fucking fan who didn't understand what they were signing, like when they started enjoying this content creator. You went into a GFE experience expecting, like, there's a GF experience, and yeah, sure, it's not very nice when she suddenly reveals, or if it comes out through whatever things that she has, like, a boyfriend or whatever. But you need to accept that you walked into that. You can't fucking turn around and say, but we were gonna get mad. No, you need to accept it. Your favorite VTuber's having sex. Wow. It's just, unfortunately, not with me. That's probably why. That's probably why I'm not in the drama, because they know I'll say shit like that. Damn it! Damn it, Uno! Why didn't you teach me? Why didn't you teach me your ways? I'll never get a harem of VTubers now. This is the worst ever. Wait, maybe I can change already. Guys, is there any women in the team? Is there any women in the chat right now? Is there any women listening to me right now? Listen, let me just get a character. So hi guys, my name's Detective. I just like play games, but I'm not very good at them. Wow, I just got into this because, well, there was just this whole thing, and oh god, I'm so embarrassed to tell you about it. Please stop. But how else am I gonna get them? What are you doing, Arctic? Are you just demanding that I don't get a harem? How come they get a harem? Where is my VTuber harem? I need to get ready for next TwitchCon. The next VTuber convention, whose name I don't know. I gotta get ready. I gotta get ready. The next time there's a VTuber convention, I need to prepare the hotel rooms. I need to get 12 girls ready. Where are they? How else am I gonna get them, Arctic? God. I mean, to be honest, where else am I? If we're being really fucking honest, I don't even leave the house. Where the hell am I gonna meet women? Where am I going to meet women? The sock must remain bitchless. No! 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 Uno, my beloved spirit animal of harems. Please, teach me your ways. Save me from this bitchless state. No, listen, I don't have a problem with you getting a harem, but getting a better avatar for that voice. But get a better avatar for that voice. What would even be an avatar for that voice? I don't even know. I'm a sock. You know how much this sock cost me? Cost me $3. I mean, I suppose $6 when you consider there was another one in the set. Damn it. Why must I remain bitchless? Purple, please, please, please. Why is it just gacha women? Rover, you'll love me forever, right? Please step on me, Rover. I need it. Please. Please. She's just spinning like a kebab. I guess that's fine. I ain't gonna teach you shit. No. Ah well, I'll live being bitchless. You know, this is the kind of shit that'll come back to bite me. If I have like a, actually, it wouldn't bite me. It just kind of proved my point. If I did end up having some sort of weird drama where I was like found at an orgy. You know what? Oh my god! You know what I need to do? I need to get invited to like parties or whatever at like a TwitchCon type thing, right? I go to TwitchCon and then like I get some like big streamer or whatever, and then I just like take a picture of her with like a blurred face, and she's just sitting like on a bed, and like like a red sock puppet is just on the side, and I just post and I just post and be like, drama, I've been sock detective caught with woman. That'd be fun to do, just for sillies. Shit like that is what that's what I'd fucking see. This is why I wouldn't be invited to any of those parties or any of the or sleeping with anyone, because I'd be too busy being like, hey guys, could you just like sit on the bed with this sock? I need to take a picture. I'm like, what are you doing? As an avatar, that voice, something like Love in Deep Space should work, and if it doesn't work, oh yeah. For the oh, little kitten. Oh no, that's a different kind of anime boy protagonist. God, this fucking, I don't know if I've been waiting here too long. This, you can't see it, but because my screen is like broken, it's turned into a flashing hellscape. I'm gonna get fucking epilepsy. Or if I had epilepsy, I'd be dead right now. I suppose that reveals a personal part of myself. I do not possess epilepsy. But you know, I'm okay with being like an idiot on the outside, not really knowing too much about how to act or talking about these things that technically they say you shouldn't talk about. Because, I mean, like, I'm not big, let's be honest. I mean, I fuck around as, like, you know, on YouTube a bit, but I'm not big. I'm a small ass dude who fucks around, and I'm trying to be big, but I ain't no big. And, like, sure, maybe one day something like this could come back to to be like, oh my god, look, Sock once said he would fuck random VTubers. He's a sex pest. But like, that's not gonna happen. I don't think I could leave the house. That's the biggest one. The biggest one would be like, I'd have to go somewhere, and that would scare me. It'd be too scary to go outside. How could I live with that? But anyway, now, after all that time and discussion, from Weathering Waves to Zenless Zone Zero to endless discussion about drama and what else, let's actually play the fucking game. This is the part where you all leave, by the way. The stream's over, guys. The rant's finished. Okay, oh, no, please, act like you actually enjoy the game. Oh, oh, thank God. No, wait. The flickering is slightly still here. God, that's annoying. All right, let's see what the next part of this damn story is. Abster. God. Oh yeah, the little fluff ball. What's up, Nanachi? Yeah, hopefully it dies. You know what? If they actually killed the little fucking pet monster, I'd be quite happy. I'd be like, damn, nice. You can tell the story is bad because the latest internet drama was worth discussing in chat. That is actually true. Yeah. We fucking discussed the latest internet drama instead of actually doing anything. What's up? What? Yep, they're in a big tower in the sky. Good. Tower's too far to see, totally covered by clouds. Can we get a rocket? Are we gonna have the next part of this build a rocket? That'd be actually kind of fun. All right. Let's go for Hydrolox. I'm thinking a closed stage combustion cycle. Neat. So we're literally just gonna go to a cliff and jump off? That sounds great. 10 out of 10. I like this idea. I wish to jump. What the fuck? Why is there a spooky... Why have they got like a spooky ghost as a thing? That's... You know, whatever. Okay, where is it? Alright, here's a good place to kill myself. Let's go! Wait. Who are you? Excuse me? I was about to jump off this fucking bridge. I mean, cliff. Could you please move? I do like the... That's cool, like the spitting thing. It's silly, but I like the design of the world. Even if it's actually trash in the story. All right, who's this girl? Am I gonna... So here's the new girl. Let's try and treat... You know, try and treat this as a new part of the story. Why is she eating a leaf? Wait! That whole, like, fucking song was from that leaf? Good lord, girl! What did that piece evoke in my heart? Damn, I haven't seen much art of this girl. Maybe I've just been like... So what did the music make me feel? Okay, horny isn't an option. God damn it. I don't know. I didn't actually listen to the song. I'm just gonna say yearning and sorry for the sake of it. Take care and have a good stream. I gotta head out. It's 1 a.m. Fair enough. Have a good sleep, man. Don't worry. I'll hit my head against this wall for another 2 hours and then die. I actually didn't sleep last night either. I actually really haven't. She knows me. She's waiting to meet me. Yeah, all right. Fair enough. She's open and forward. All right. What's up? You want to make a song about me? Oh, you were sent by the R Atheist mod. For people who don't understand that reference, please watch the last stream where Cantarella decides to tell me all about how this religion is definitely the most evil thing in the world. And like, she might have had some point if anything made sense, but she sounds just like a fucking R Atheist mod. She sounds like the guy who's at the door going ding 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 ding, knock 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 knock. Reddit mod alert, Reddit mod alert. Well, at least trying to get an... Hey, I'm giving a shot. We'll calm down here. Welcome to the calm stream. Welcome to Detective going through this and not hating himself. Welcome to Detective being a good sock that watches a cute anime girl and goes, yeah, what a great story. Alright, I asked about how it felt. When a rush of inspiration, so she made a song. I do like hot pants. Hot pants are nice. In this case, this is not like Cantarella, who's literally just got a skirt that doesn't make sense. She literally has hot pants, so a short skirt is entirely fine. Surprise, the melody led me. Surprise, the melody led to. Okay, so, and she's also an elf. Does this mean that she lives really long? And we all know what elves are good for, right? Don't we? Don't we, boys? Fun fact, there's 2 non-humans here. Because technically she's like some sort of elf, I guess. And I'm pretty sure Rover over here is a dragon? What's up, Carlotta Wanna? The supposed that's the girl who we met in the city last mission. She searched teams, no signs of her since. Man, these anime know exactly... These game anime know exactly where to put all the focus. Why can't they put some of that into the story? So she has like the ability to recreate memories or something? Alright, so her bust size, let's start from there. I'll tell you all about her titties. I'll get right in there, guys. Don't worry. You know it. I know it. That's all we need to tell them. Oh my god, she's using her magical powers to summon a guitar? That's a big fucking stringed guitar. Okay, so this is her magical ability. I guess this would be useful for a bard. Ah, but they're all green though. Hey, where's my... Show me my sexy girl. Show me the girl. Do I have to start singing? Okay, no. I'm gonna sing along with everyone. Because I'm the Give me the karaoke lyrics. I'm the rover. Oh my god, we're back at the moment. We met her. Great. But unfortunately, this more associates me with this terrible fucking city that is written to be a authoritarian hellscape despite looking like golden era Venice. Guys, remember guys, all this beautiful like work around here, actually authoritarian hellscape. A theological prison. There's all theological prison. So all evil people, nothing but evil people. See that? The razor wire just couldn't put it. The razor wire and the raised gallows were put away the moment you turned around. Damn, they zoomed in her ass. All right. Okay, it's the girl, right? Oh my god, feet. Who the hell is this? The girl, right? Okay, she's being all cute and shy as a big elf girl. You know... Oh my god. Alright. Okay, POV. I am Skuno, and I have met a relatively unknown cosplayer. I'm going in, boys. Wait, I'm meeting her in the memory, but the memory's right there. This is weird. You have magical superpowers, and we summoned you into a memory world. Alright. Okay, so the magical powers has brought her in there. Also, she's a medium that is premium. How'd you fit? The big old dragon in the sky told me. Am I the one who gets all the magical powers? I don't know. Maybe. Look at her little fluffy ears. She's cute. I still think the cutest one to come out of this area has been that other, like, the other Phoebe girl. She was probably the cutest. The Imperator called you lost and claimed you have resonated for Leviathan, the Theridon. So that some evil monster. Are you the evil resonator or are you the good resonator? Basically. Ah, she's cute. She's cute, so she's clearly a good girl. This is the... I might have entertained the idea of her being like, oh, secretly evil, or someone who could potentially become evil. But the truth of the matter is she's just cute. So, you know, I don't believe Weathering Waves has the power or intensity to actually change their opinion on that. My memories are fragmented. I remember coming a resonator, and the moment I was given the name Fluridels. Shut the fuck up. I am saying that to you, chat, because I probably... Yeah, I know. I probably got a problem in my brain. Wow. Maybe you should, I don't know, go see, like, a therapist. No. Do not be a therapist. They will just trick you into thinking something you don't believe. You seem deeply connected about the Sentinel. Why is that? Because I got a pet loser, the thing that's got, like, brain damage or whatever. I have this, like, pet thing, and it's dying, and apparently the Sentinel's a fucking vet. We're spooky ghosts. Yeah, I'm a ghost. I gotcha. Gotcha, I'm a spooky ghost. I really don't like the endless use of, like, mascots purely just because fucking Genshin Impact had it. I like Zenless Zone Zero's approach, having the twin characters that interact. That's more fun. But I also like Zenless for having characters with actual story to them, rather than, like... Well, story's wrong. Personality. So is she in, like, some sort of, like, that Bunny Girl Dream anime situation where she walked through the world but only a select group of people could see her? Yeah, I'm hoping that he can kill it faster. I mean, I don't hate Nanachi. Not as annoying as Paimon, but still. They're in a giant flying tower in the sky. We need to get a rocket. Have you contacted NASA? Is there, like, a bad thing? Tell me the truth. Give me the plot, lady. Okay, so she's like a frequent... Damn, I gotta love open back dresses. Holy shit. So basically, she's even more than a spooky ghost. She's a spooky ghost that is whose real body is up in the sky. Okay, so we're setting up... Oh my god, the Theridon. I don't even know what that is. I just know it's like evil god or something. So she's connected to the evil god. Oh my god. Theridon is... Okay, I really gotta look. I guess it was something... I guess it's a big bad. I guess it's a big bad. That was, oh, chapter 1, the giant monster at the end. I really clocked out right at the end of chapter 1. I swear to God, I was so fucking upset at that point. I was like literally clicking through being like, yep, shut the fuck up. And then I just shut the game off. Chapter 1 was such a fucking bad. So there's evil gods and bad gods. But here's the thing. I made all the other gods. Like, didn't I? Or something like that? Well, technically, I don't have the memory of that, so who knows? Maybe I made the bad god as well, and it just turned bad later. Okay, so she might have a little bit of cancer after fighting the big monster. Could be the reason by using your powers. Well, okay, so she could have cancer potentially instead of being the. Well, how does one become the chosen one? That's another thing. Like, does the monster just choose you, or is there just a natural thing of like, you are now the resonator of my powers? Well, yeah, because then I wouldn't have to kill you. Like, well, knowing this rover, I probably wouldn't kill a cute girl. Like, remember, she's a cute girl. Obviously, she's not going to be evil. And even if she has some negative cancer in her, the answer is likely going to be a long setup indicating that she has to sacrifice herself to save the day. At the last second, we're just going to use Deus Ex powers to reach out and grab her and pull her away from some sort of all-consuming darkness and or red energy field. And yeah, they won't explain how or why. And we're going to just have to assume that it's a secret power of the rover for the next 5,000 chapters. You could tell that I have poor expectations of the story. Yeah, but I don't really care about it. It's more like a pet. So if I had to choose between saving a human life and saving this little like stupid fucking animal that I found that's stuck inside my body, it's like a parasite. I think I'd rather you survive just on the balance of, you know, suffer not the disgusting pet monster mascot to live, you know. In Adventure Tales, it's not always the witch that loses her memory. It could also be a blessed maiden trying to regain her powers. Why? She's not. Oh, yeah. You know, I was just thinking about this. I can't help but say this because, like, I'm always trying to rewrite the stories to be better in my brain. But right now, so the setup is this: she doesn't know much. Her memories are okay. Her memories aren't completely fractured, but her memories of the battle are fractured. And she doesn't know what's going on. She doesn't know if she's a resonator for the big evil. She doesn't know if she's a resonator for the other god, or maybe both. And like there's something that they need to do. So they now share the same goal of getting the finding the Sentinel. Wouldn't it be more interesting from a dramatics perspective if she had barely any memories? Like let's play this out in the head, bro. We find this thing. And it'll explain why she hasn't been doing things for so long and she's like just been floating around here as a frequency. We find this girl and she's interested in finding out about us, but it turns out she has no memories. She doesn't know who she is. She knows what people think she is, and she understands that from that perspective, but she has no idea who she used to be. And then on top of that, we build up this idea of her being a villain and or being the hero. We have the church guys reveal to us information. We get like some like those painted cutscenes showing her or like a villain witch-like a woman like killing off or like doing something evil. But we also see stories indicate her doing something savior-like. And like we have a mystery here. Is she a villain? Is she a villain who did good things to trick people into following her or allowing her to do something bad? Or is she a good person who did something bad for a good reason? Or is she a story about two separate people and she's just one of them? Or potentially there's something more crazy, like she had some crazy shit going on inside her brain or whatever. Like there might be something to that, and we could have this story of her building up where does she even want to learn? Maybe she wants to believe herself the better of the two, but she's terrified of learning her memories, and maybe we make up a little bit more. We add some elements in the story about memory defining who you are. So because like obviously our character lost all her memories, and although we didn't play this up during the first chapter in Black Shores, where I fucking wish they did, because like the death of memory means the death of a person. Like if you lose your memory, you die, because if you lost every single bit of your memories, how are you the same person anymore? Like from there's a perspective there, especially if the fucking rover had millions of years of knowledge. Like you should have been like, they should have been treating the like in Black Shore, shorekeepers should have been treating the fact that the rover had lost all their memories and was never able and would never be able to get them back as the death of a beloved friend or a master or even a parent. But it didn't go like that. But here we could have used that. If we had have played up the idea of that being a death here we could play up the opposite. A girl who has lived in this spooky form for maybe hundreds of years, perhaps, gets to the point where we're going to find out who she is. And in the process, the reveal would be definitely she would gain her memories back. In gaining her memories back, the person she is now will potentially die. Because think of it this way, you gain your memories back, you gain all the strong emotions, the intensities of what you experienced, the beliefs, the desires, the things you would fight for, the determination that you had would come back to you. And in that moment, you die. The being she is now dies in a lot of ways, in a manner of speaking. Now, there are a lot of stories that play this off as like not as important, like they just want to get their memories back, but I think this would have been a perfect placement if they had have had the good writing skill earlier on. As it stands, what we're going to get is she's actually a good girl, and we'll just reveal that in that one battle, she got a little bit of cancer. Alternatively, she's accidentally been resonated with both of them, and we either need to disconnect her, or she needs to rise above the fact that she's disconnected to the villain. Which is fine. But we can see how they could have improved. You're awfully calm about this. Just says she's bored. She's been here for 1,000 years or whatever. Yeah, there we go. Fair enough. I like that. Brace myself. Whatever come. Okay, so instead of playing with the idea that I pulled out, they're just going to say she's prepared, which is fair. She spent a lot of time living like this. I personally would have gone with the approach of her being like more unsure, but it is what it is. All right, I want to talk with you in person. How can I reach the sonorosphere? By the way, the sonorosphere is literally just code for a bunch of robots, I think. It's a bunch of robots doing robot stuff. Pretty sure. I cannot leave. No one can enter. Just break it open. Just bonk it. Mo, just use a... Get in there with a fucking... Oh. Can't... Okay, so I can't break the barrier. If I do that, I just destroy the sphere. What's so bad about the sphere? Okay, so the barrier is keeping the giant ruins in the sky up there. So if the barrier comes down, then like we would just crash into the city and destroy it in like a 9/11 situation. That'd be kind of fun, actually. The city, like, knowing weathering waves though, this is what would happen. The city would crash down, would see a bunch of destruction. There would be a flattening of everything. 10 minutes later, the city would be repaired, but they would also be saying to us, the city's been destroyed. It's ruined. Everyone can't survive. They won't live in like this. There's so much death and destruction. You'll look out. There'll just be people still NPCing, like eating pasta and like living and having like, you know, just like clapping to like dancing people in the street. And maybe close to you, there'll be like 2 NPCs sitting on the ground, posed in like a mode as though they're like touching their heads like, oh, I have a headache. That's what weathering waves would do. Occasionally, okay. So people are trying to get in? Could be the villains. What do they look like? Bandages on eye. A jellyfish? Okay. That's a very poor description. Are they actually a jellyfish? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna have to assume it's a jellyfish. All right, I'm looking for a jellyfish. Let's just take it on the face. You know, if people with big long ears exist, why not jellyfish? Okay, you know it was a woman though. So she was a giant jellyfish with tits? 10 out of 10. All right. Let's see Tentacruel's upgrade, my gents. She's a little bit shy and confused. She's like, oh, I'm just bad at descriptions. Okay. I'll look for a way to find the giant jellyfish. She's just a bit of a... I mean, she's fine. She reminds me of a less puzzling, a less like talk in riddles fucking Shorekeeper. Because Shorekeeper's just like a cute girl who's like, I'm in a difficult situation. Ah. But she talks every second in a riddle. Whereas this one's less riddly, but same kind of logic. Oh god! Oh my god! She was about to make out with me. Why would I wake up? Actually, I've got a really big problem in my feet. Please cut them off. Could you imagine the story? Just out of nowhere. Oh my god, my leg! I'd probably be excited. I thought I'd put you in a coma. Hell yeah. Wait a second, did you actually... That's true, yeah. I mean, she's cute. Can I say that it was... Damn it! Game, what the fuck is wrong with you? I mean, you've got a blank protagonist who doesn't have a story fucking at all. There's like literally no story in this goddamn game that is decent. You've got a blank-faced protagonist. This is the moment where she says, oh, my singing was terrible. Give me a fucking basic option that says, nah, it was a great music. Or, oh yeah, I mean, it was just terrible. Like, come on. Come on. At least use the fact that you have a blank character. Why she got the crying? Yeah. Look at the little tears. It didn't really fit with her voice acting there. I mean, Japanese voice actors are great and all, but like, there's a little bit of awkwardness occasionally to games like this when they try and... Because what they're doing is they're trying to use the things in the engine like this to kind of make up for having those cutscenes. This is like the in-between thing. And they tend to fuck it up a little bit because, one, they don't have a few sound effects when they should have sound effects. And some of the elements just feel like stiff. The most of the do this, they use like the music. Like the music right now, like the music is like trying to say, this is the cute girl who's energetic and you should be laughing and smiling. But like, they're just not going far enough, in my opinion. My forte is create special connection, unled developments. That girl's a... Okay, is she a friend or a foe? The truth behind the seal, and who is the mysterious wandering figure? Wow, fucking girl, you've got higher hopes in this story than me. Oh, you're still in the suffering phase? I know. I'm sorry, but I spent it. I fucking before you arrived, I spent an hour just talking about random shit to avoid playing the game. Now, I am trying to judge this new area on this new story element. Well, it's not an area, but new story element on its traits. And so far, I can say that I've only had one idea to improve it. And I mean, it was a pretty big idea, but it was only one. Aside from that, I've just been kind of going along. This girl's kind of cute. Oh my god, there's a cat. I like her upset face. Did I just run away? I did. Okay, I don't get it. What's going on? What's supposed to be happening here? Am I supposed to believe that she thought she was talking to me behind her, but I was standing? That's whatever. Once again, they're just falling a little flat on the silliness. Okay, all right. Who's this guy? He's got cool shoes on. He's going to be a villain. Villain? 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 Okay, no. He's some sort of... Oh my god, I've been invited to a cool mansion. I'm sure this will be fine. Alright, let's go. Oh yeah, the evil god cult. Let's go see the evil god cult. They probably have some more interesting characters than the fucking good side. She wants to talk to me about how, like, I'm really hot. Once again, but the more I get involved in the family business element of the story, the more I'm just going to remember the fact that they really fumbled the whole religious element very badly. And not even on the face of, like, making a more kind of, because, like, it's fine to have a story about the big faith being evil, but just I wish they could have actually done a good effort in it. Like this stuff with all, like, the secondary families, it's, like, so poorly designed. Well, yeah, because, you know, I'm literally, like, the most important thing in the world, so of course they're gonna come see me. I can tell you the narrative... I can tell the narrative is to sell new girl. It is. Now, one can argue... No, not one can argue. That's always happened. The thing is, gachas can do more than just sell girls. For example, Girls Frontline 1 went through its story, and it added a lot of new girls throughout. However, they were never, like gachas like Wuthering Waves tends to, like, show off girl really intensely for a little bit and then, like, just leave her behind. Whereas Girls Frontline, it would have them show up for, like, parts, kill them off occasionally, or just, like, have them in, like, side elements of the main story. But the main characters never changed out, which really gave a good through line of narrative to the story. So what I'm trying to say is, you can still, I mean, it probably didn't do as well to sell off those girls because the new girls weren't shown off as much. But what I'm trying to say is you can have a good story with a shitty narrative. I mean, I'm losing my mind here. You can have a good story even with your goal being making money off cute girls. We don't have to live like this. We've seen it done better. Tell me about the rumors. See, another thing, So you see, like, this woman we're about to go meet. We've heard about her family a little bit, but barely really anything came up outside of they're probably, like, working with the religion because they believe in their god. And it's barely established. I think one of the big problems with gacha games is they're... Oh god, did you see that fucking jiggle? Sorry. See, like, this idea. She's a recluse, merely makes public appearance, no one in our family knows her real name, they just call her the head of the Filiacia family. What they should have done is I should have known this beforehand, but the reason that they do it like this, and this is my opinion on it, is twofold. One, they're not clever enough. They don't actually have the skill in writing to set these things up ahead of time. That's just flatly it. I don't think that the devs here have the writing ability, or at the very least, the devs specifically are hamstrung by other elements, but they don't have the writing ability. The second part is they underestimate the reader. They think I am a brainlet, and to the most part, I am a brainlet. And I don't need a giant fucking, you know, corkboard of things to understand this, because it's actually relatively simple. It's easy to see where these parts go. But what they do is, just before you encounter a thing, they drop all the lore on it. So just before I encountered Cantarella, give me all the lore on Cantarella and the banking clan or whatever. Just before I encounter like the church being evil, give me all the lore on the church being evil. Just before I encounter the whole new thing about the religion element, drop all the lore about the religion. It just does it like that because it's aiming for the lowest common denominator of storytelling. It's assuming that you, okay, so like imagine this situation. We have had run-ins with the family in the past. We know the head of the family is some kind of spooky individual. We've built them up. Maybe they've even done things that we could consider against us. We've had some interactions with the family that are a lot more violent, and we learned more about them. And then we come to this point here where, hey, the head of the family that we have heard of is coming to see us. We wouldn't need this little lore drop now to only now learn that she is a recluse, or I'm just assuming the head of the family is her, but like, or whatever that they are. But instead they just kind of have to throw it here because they assume you're stupid, and also they don't have the skill in writing to weave these things together in a competent narrative with an earlier part of the story. So they just chunk it up, drop your lore at the start, immediately introduce a story that deals with that lore in a very ham-fisted way. For example, and you tell me like, oh, but they don't have the time. Take all that stupid part with this fucking girl where she was talking to a cat and acting cute, and take the time from that, cut the fuck out of it, turn that into an earlier part in the story where I could fucking learn about these things. There's a lot of wasted time. But you know why they had those parts in? Because again, just like you mentioned, they're selling a character. They're selling these girls. So naturally, because they're selling these girls, they have a part of their grouping, their design. The narrative thing is, well, you have to have her shown off when you show off her personality, and they need to do it in the most flatly boring way possible. Where you could show off her personality in a much more interesting way. I guess you say, oh, but we integrated with the whole like spooky flashback thing to meet the other girl. Sure. But we could have done this way better. Even her existence and ability could have been introduced earlier. I am a big believer in this. You set up all your pieces on the board of a story, and you set them up through interacting and adventure, and then you start tearing them down. You set up your church, and you set up your families, you set up Cantarella's family, you set up your the Facilia family or whatever the fuck they're called, and you set up the other villain, you set up the narrative of the religious group, you set up the fight between the city of the people who want to open the city and the people who want to close the city, the idea of factional infighting to try and gain power. You set that shit up before you tear it down or go deeper into it. Now, does that mean you have to tell me a big old fucking endless lore dump? No. But you can have the first opening narrative be something that intertwines these things in an adventure that doesn't go too deep into them or doesn't begin immediately deconstructing them. You could have your narrative be an opening to have you introduced to all of these elements and the story, and then your following narratives be ones that go into individual parts of it or begin breaking them down. Instead of having your immediate response of, the church is evil, we could have a story that shows off parts of the church, parts of things, indicate something spooky is going on, have like Phoebe involved a lot more in a more interesting way. And then we get the next quest where Phoebe comes along and reveals that part of the church seems to have been corrupted. And we see all those things start to fall into place. But instead, they just race into those things, except believing that we know it. Or at the start, they drop this lore dump here and say, damn, there you go. Now you're caught up. Thanks, 5-year-old. Remember the story. I'm being treated like a child. And I guess that's understandable because they're aiming for that. But here's the thing. The low common denominator that this story writing is aiming at, that low common denominator, they don't care about the story anyway. As long as the vibe fits, they're fine. Cute girl smiling, villain to fight. They're happy. You don't, and like, as long as, and you don't see, and by when I say having that early fight to set things up or quest, that doesn't have to be a boring quest. That can be an exciting, fun quest as well. You don't have to have crazy stakes about the fate of the city or big fucking carnival or fucking all that shit. You can still have a story that is fun and interesting that doesn't rely on such crutches. Tell me They all sound like clickbait tasks to me. Just like, oh, just like my videos. Wow. Teach me more. Yeah, I don't have much time. Just give me the fucking shortened version. Unless she was gonna be like, you know, really hot. Alright, so they're really kind of making themselves out to be the evil family. Yeah, wow, the family that makes poisons. See, that sounds fun and interesting. Why did we have to learn about this in such a straight up, like, hello, I'm here to give you the law way? Okay, so she's an ambitious go-getter who poisons her previous possessor. She's a master of manipulation, drowning victim solutions. They agree to her terms with everyone. Okay, so she's hot. Alright, let's go meet her then. I'm okay. Only the bad stuff, huh? What about it? Hey, yeah, is she hot? Just tell me right now, is she sexy? I need to know. This actually might... okay, if she's really hot, will this go against the logic that I had that all hot women in the game are eventually going to reveal themselves as like, actually misunderstood? Alright, I'll be careful. What? Wait, what? What? What the hell are you talking about? No, okay, stop. Stop for a fucking whole second here. I know this sounds like the most pedantic piece of shit to talk about, but she says this. The way she describes the head of the Fisialia family reminds me of how that other girl, whose name I don't know, spoke about the wandering figure by the barrier. How did any of her description of a poisoning evil person who, like, is ambitious sound anything like a deep sea fish? Like, okay, jellyfish, I should say, but fucking hell. Oh my god, it's just like, yes, 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 yeah, yes. I see, yes, woman, human, female, Oh my god, she must be the jellyfish! What's the narrative leap here? This is like some 8 fucking steps ahead. Did you read, did the script writers let you know what was gonna happen, Rover? Gets all the luck. Gets all the fucking luck. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna go anyway, but you didn't have to add this in. Like, you could have just had it revealed later on a natural thing. You could have been like, oh my god, she's actually a fucking jellyfish and she can transform. That'd be a fine reveal. You could have said that, oh my god, she's got a special ability to transform into a jellyfish. Or she has some sort of like outfit that looks like a jellyfish. Or something or another. Don't just randomly say, human described here, where I actually haven't heard a single line about what she looks like, only that she likes to poison people. Yeah, she sounds like a jellyfish. This is the most... oh my god, I'm actually more annoyed at something like this than I am about all of the church stuff. Because the church stuff is like just a product of bad writing and bad connection. This is just such an insane leap of logic in this small thing. It almost feels like a microcosm for my problems with fucking the game. It's like, oh, why do you care about that? Bro! She is just making absolute insane leaps of logic just to push us from one point in the story to the other. At what point do people say this gets better? Okay, better than fucking chapter 1. Oh my god, better than not walking across glass. I'm walking on just barefoot gravel now. Woo! I don't know, maybe it just... Am I suspecting too much? Okay, now I'm up to this one. Let's... What was... Was that a whole story I finished off? Jesus Christ. Look. Yeah. I mean... Oh, I'm up to Act 2. Oh, what was this? Let's go. Let's go see her. I don't give a Oh, Jesus. Okay, I have to get over there. Alright, let's just teleport here. Fuck it. You can clear that I haven't adventured around much at all. So this is the house? There's like a ghost standing out the front? That's fine. Shut the fuck up, Cantarella. Cantarella, I don't care that you're upset that the people on the fucking Artemis mission decided to say that God is great or whatever the fuck, or talk about Jesus. I don't give a single flying fuck. Go back to our fucking atheism. I'm sorry. I'm saying some bullshit that I made up in my own head because she was being annoying. I feel bad for Cantarella. She's such a hot character, but man, I just cut her off without even thinking about it. Okay, big Jose. So this is the evil family. Are they going to be cartoonishly evil? Or are they going to just be like secretly hot? Okay, here's the jellyfish power. So she summons jellyfish. See, why did you not have... You could have just said nothing. Then her holding a jellyfish right there would have been perfect. Right? Right? She could have said, okay, well, I got to meet these people. We'll find out some stuff. And then, like, we have that moment there where, oh my God, she's with a jellyfish. I mean, it's not amazing, but it's simple and it's effective. Not a, guys, I heard 3 things about this woman. I think she's the one we're looking for. Why? Because the script said so. Fucking bullshit. Let's have a look at it. Let's see. Is she hot? I mean, she is, obviously, but how hot? Oh, she's got like the little bonnet thing. Now, she killed all of her... Is this the part... Wait. Is she going to reveal, before I click onto what she looks like, that she killed all the bad people in the family to lead it to a good future? Is that the bullshit they're going to pull on us? Jeez, look at those tits. Holy shit. If she's actually villainous, I'll be happy. Give me a true villain. Let a villain be a villain. Damn. Jesus Christ. And she just has like fucking jellyfish go up in the back behind her. Good Lord. Just detective will do. Yeah, just use my name, brother. She kind of makes me... Yeah, she's got the evil, like, hot woman appeal. I like her, but are they going to follow through? That's the real question, right? Good Lord. She's got to have... I mean, like, I feel like I'm losing my mind here, but I'm like, you know, this is real Gooner hours, I guess. But man. Looks nice around, I guess. I don't give a fuck about you people. I'm not talking to you. But look, it's a big spooky monster. Hello. Let's walk together. Damn, son. Good Lord. You could sink a battleship with those two. Fuck me, what cannons. We gonna walk in? Are we waiting for her to walk past? Fuck, fine, alright, I'll go ahead then. Like, I mean, if this is the evil family, then call me the bad guy. I'm in. Let me murder people. I wish to join Big Titty Villainess. I'm gonna drink tea with the woman known for poisoning. You know what? Drink it. Just anything you give me, woman. I'm accepting it. You're really hot. Okay. Oh yeah, just touches the. Come on. I'm just gonna drink it straight away. Straight away. Straight away. Okay, I know what they're saying, but like, can't they like? Okay, all right. Every member has trouble. You know, stain can be washed away. Every sorrow is fading, don't you think? So basically, you know, she's saying, well, let's be friends. And then she's giving you tea and they're focusing on the tea. Obviously, as she touched the rim, they're clearly going for the poisoning idea. Now, in a perfect world, they would have set up all this poisoning stuff much earlier and not mentioned it now because it would be a well-known thing. And then she poisons you in a different way. Because obviously, wow, the tea is obvious. But what happens is like, when did you do it? When you walked in the door and like were like hit with like a spray of something or another, like, you know, or sitting down there where maybe you shouldn't wear such revealing clothing and then like you like rub against the back of a chair and it fucking gives you like a poison. Like, I'm just saying there are better ways to approach this, even though I can see what they do. Drink the tea. I don't care, woman. I'm drinking it. Hot woman gives me tea. I'm going all in. Man, I mean, I'm on a date at this point. Jesus Christ! Every time I look at her, it's like, God fucking damn. Good Lord. Good Lord. You know what I'm saying, guys, right? Like, I'm not alone in this. Like, fuck. There are people out there who would pretend like they don't care. They'll be like, oh yeah, I'm just hearing about the story. I don't care about the story. No, sorry, I don't care about her massive assets. I wouldn't give a fuck. No. There is no talking around these melons. Real Gooner hours and honest streaming opinions. That's what you get from me. You can know that when I'm like yelling like a madman about the story, it's not because the story's like, you know, I've been paid. I'm a true believer. I won't hide my ungodly desires to be smothered between these chests, between this chest, exquisite chest, I should say. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna be open, and that's how you know this is a real detective stream. So she wants me to be a mediator. Oh my god, is she gonna ask the cup size? Holy shit, before we begin, there's one thing I want to know. Tell me your cup size. Oh, changing. Oh my god, they're doing great on this. See, that's the one thing they do pretty good. Like, just like they did with the Katarina girl, or Cantarella or whatever. Like, showing off, like, her cuteness and stuff. Like, ooh, sexy, mature woman. Fuck yeah. God. So they're blaming the guy as an evil villain. So Gilbert, they're saying that Gilbert acted on his own, is what you're saying. What's your opinion on the current state of... Why do you want to ask me, lady? Wrong! What do you mean, wrong? Why do they... See, this is what I can't get over. I can't get over how many... They force me to say stuff that isn't true. Peaceful in a way that feels wrong. If I was to give you my own opinion, I'd be like, great. I mean, like, the city itself is fucking wonderful. Does it feel wrong? No. Not at all. Everyone's really happy. They're all cute. They're all having fun. They're eating their pasta. Like, if you want to ask me if there's politics, sure, there's politics, but the city feels great. If you're going to tell me, does this feel like if you, and also if you'd built it up as like a authoritarian horrorscape where there's been people fighting in the streets, if the two families had like their peons hitting and killing each other, if there was fire bombings happening and like parts of it were cut off as like districts held by other families and they had like barriers and the church was running around burning heretics, that'd have been one thing. But this is just bullshit. I hate it. I hate them lying like this, forcing me to lie. It's so wrong, guys. Yeah, you know how it's wrong? Ooh, look at that smile. Okay, all right. Okay, so immediately noticed because I've fucking noticed what? What do I find unsettling? The bad writing. Yeah, why can't we see him? Oh my god! The reveal that the Theoden has taken... Who cares? We already knew that. Oh, is it? So it's just a villain monster? Oh. Oh, yep. Am I right? Am I right? It turns out that that she actually took over her family and she's actually the good one. Oh my god, if they do that, I'm going to be so pissed off. Come on, be a bit... They said she was a manipulative person. Please be manipulative. Though previous 2 attempts were thwarted, the tall master to get... So basically, she's saying that the city's already controlled. I mean, I wouldn't say that. Now, walking hand to hand towards the abyss they can't see. Yeah, but like... Okay, so what she's saying is basically the elite or the controllers of the city are already in the hands of the Theoden, which has manipulated stuff and started fucking people up by a god form. By its god form that apparently has some level of like brain corruption, which might explain its like cult-like followers. Kind of like chaos in 40k to a degree. I've always preferred people like willingly go to a evil god, you know. I don't like the idea of brain corruption. There was a thing about that in a recent anime I watched. What was it? Sentenced to be a Hero. In Sentenced to be a Hero, there's a seemingly implication that potentially the people who want to coexist with the demon lords in that show are being controlled or manipulated or influenced and corrupted. And I think that's stupid. If you have like a group of people that are being influenced or corrupted by like some sort of like being, it's like, yeah, it's fine. But I like the idea that humans could be like so desperate to survive and have benefit themselves that they would turn against their own humanity and their own fellow humans just because they think, oh, I'm going to get better up on the other side. Like people who have given in really. And like, it seems more interesting to me than, oh, they just like mind control. Boring. All right, tell me more, hot girl. I'll believe you. Jesus, fuck me. That's... Okay, all right. This might sound like the craziest Guna hours ever, but did you see the fucking tidal wave movement there? Holy fuck. I mean, I can't take back all the things I've said about your story, Weathering Waves, but I didn't know your game when it came to this. God, this is the kind of shit that I'd expect censored from the Chinese. Friend or foe, a newcomer to this land, you can't really tell. Can you really tell them apart? All right, I know you're trying to say shit, but like, it's so obvious who is being friend or foe, and it's just boring. Like, come on. Are you implying the order worship? We knew that from the start. Oh. Wow, they're villains. You're one to talk even how strange your family has been acting. I killed them. I purged my... On one, yes and no. On one hand, there's truth to the Order's beliefs. On the other hand, there's our family. The Theory doesn't take kindly to those who know the truth. So basically, because so they're implying there's the form of eldritch abomination here. We know the truth, so we've got some Call of Cthulhu shit going on in here. Boobs can't move like that. Oh yeah, 100%. They cannot move that. This is legitimately the realm of insanity for those boobs, and I'm all for it. Come on, Weathering Waves. If you can't give me a logical storytelling, then just give me tits for the ages. I don't give a fuck. But all right, so they've got like whispers of Call of Cthulhu in the back of their mind. Cthulhu's talking to them. Once the soul fractures, the mind wanders until a puppet remains. I like the little shadow. It kind of does look like a jellyfish. She's gonna say she killed off her family and she's actually trying to get away from it, and she's actually hot. But you know, I'll believe her. If it was a good story, if it's a good story, then she will actually be evil. If it's a bad story, she'll be good. But either way, I'm going to agree, because I'd like to see more of those magical tits. Just fantastic tits. Okay, alright. Where are you? Oh, what? What? So we just come. What? What do you mean? What's fucking covered in? Oh, the statue. I don't. I don't get it. So, like, they said it's covered in dust? I mean... Well, losing me a little bit. You're losing me a little bit with some of those elements, but, you know, whatever. Oh, I like her little bow. Okay, sorry. Just, sorry. I'm just, what's she saying? What? Whoa! What's going on? Sorry. I was just... Yeah. You just, give me a second. I'm just angling the camera. Just angling the camera. Give me a second. Oh, yeah. What? I wasn't even reading that. Like, even though I understood, she said something about she wouldn't let me leave easy. Sorry, I was exquisite chest. Basically, okay, I'm walking into a trap. That's fine. If it's a trap, that's fine. I'll be happier if it's a trap. Oh my god, a sword. Cool. Free sword! Good lord, guys. Every second that she's shown walking, that jiggle is crazy. If they show her running, I'm gonna, like, come on. I have to see her running. She has to run. Show me her running down a hallway. Oh my god. It's using its powers to make me go crazy. I mean, I drank that tea before, so... Ooh, she's touching me. Oh my god, at the beginning? Okay, so I learned the truth that... See, okay. The Theoden here apparently knows when people know that it secretly controls the city and is leading it towards its doom in a very boring, slow way that has apparently taken hundreds of years and keeps everyone in a happy state that is apparently like living in a perfect city. Like legitimately, there is no slums and no poor people in fucking in Raguna. It's literally a city of the wealthy, uplifted people who are all happy. Like Jesus Christ. Like there's a handful of moments, but like God, wow, we're all wealthy people and there's no downtrodden. Like, what is this? Oh no, the evil god does such a good job at running the city? Strange. You'd think that the evil god, after, you know, taking over the city, would probably have like, hey, person who I control, can you go put like a bomb on like the supporting structures and just detonate it? And they're like, okay. I mean, like, I feel like there's a lot of easier way to do than, for some reason, support one side. This is essentially like the god, the Theoden god or whatever, being like a political party. It's like, I just want to have like, you, now that I'm in charge, I'm going to make you change things up. I want you to have, yes, universal basic income. My evil has come true. You know what? Give them health care. Make pasta free on Thursdays. Their civilization will fall into depravity as they consume pasta, knowing full well that their health care is taken care of. Holy fuck. Fuck me. Holy gods. Gods above. You know I can't get over it, but are you seeing what I'm seeing? Fuck. See, there's a sanctuary is a sentinel in the true form. So not the giant one covered in bronze or like green? Okay, so they're saying all this. Like, yeah, it's so obvious it was evil. Well, it's so obvious that she's not evil. She's actually just a hot woman running the city. Hey, that's a nice plan, actually. Okay, that's like legitimately a nice plan. Okay, assuming she's not evil, and like, you know, the story is actually just gonna go, if evil, why hot? Then, the idea of like, oh yeah, okay, just take the Sentinel from another place, bring it over here. It can beat up the guy and save our city. It's pretty. What makes you think I can do it though? You probably, I mean, come on, she looked into you. Let's be honest. Do you reckon she just runs, like, she runs around that she has to, like legitimately grab her front arms and, like, onto her chest just to keep it from spinning her out and, like, throwing her off as she runs around? Like, you know, like some sort of sick fucking gravitational pull? I mean, I don't even know which one of these is true, but the betrayal of duty is stupid. I don't know if that's even true. I'm just gonna say he's in a bit of a hurt. He's a hurt dragon. Oh no, the dragon's hurt. Wah. What do you mean? Okay, just for words are you're at odds with the order. Did you catch the part where I was fighting them and there was a big battle in the middle of the city? Did you miss that part? Did you miss the part where they were summoning monsters and like the middle of the carnival I had to fight a giant monster on a raised platform? And like we were like blowing up the sky? Well, oh yeah, just a little bit of an argument. Just a little bit of an argument, guys. Just a little bit. Perhaps say my say will suit you for the remainder. You know what? With tits like that, I'll do whatever you say, miss. If you want me to stay here, I'll stay. And you'll be spared the order. No, the order. So the order. Okay, just for reference there. Well, it says you'll be spared the order's unwelcome attention, which is stupid. In voice acting, she says they won't be able to enter here, which makes more sense. What about that? No one mentioned the sword. That's kind of cool, though. Yeah. See, this is a problem, right? There is religious orders in this world, and like faith that gives like there is just one way things will go. Prophecy is a very strong thing in the story, and I hate that. Well, I like the use of prophecy; it can be used very interesting, but I just don't like when it's so clear that they will follow through with that. It just basically means, oh, okay, so he's gonna lose. Describe what was portrayed in the stained glass. You mean the stained glass that literally anyone could see if they walked across it? That is like 12-minute walk away from the fucking bank? Holy fuck. 2 steps. And my god. That's not how you found their resonator. Sentinel points a maiden to be a resonator to be an artifact. I'm guessing that's a sword, I'm guessing? Yeah, what about the other guy who did it? Because Imperators wields the power to split and manipulate space. Okay. Okay, so it's just a big old fancy stick to choose who's going to be the next stick user. To resident with sword to only chosen one. What? Oh my god, King Arthur! We need to get Saber in here, guys. Saber, come on, the sword. You gotta bring it out, and you gotta fuck it up. And then we're gonna have a whole bunch of really good stories that are flashbacks, because flashbacks. Let's be honest. Okay, no, I won't say. Okay, I'm gonna say it. I liked Zero more. Yeah, shoot me. I liked Zero more. Is she the resonator? It's funny. At the moment I say, like, I prefer Zero, everyone just immediately fucking would leave. There's people watching the VOD immediately go down to the comments and say, I'm ready to shoot you, you goddamn monster. Perhaps you resonated with the Theoden, or perhaps the Sentinel in its corrupted form. Oh yeah, that would be an interesting. I guess that makes sense, yeah. Yeah, the corrupted form version, yeah. It can't be the Sentinel's will to choose her, because... what? I don't get it. I don't know what the reveal is. She can't be the Sentinel because the maiden's already dead. Okay, so there's a different maiden? I mean, what? You know what? I'm just gonna say what? Because I'm confused. In the past, each year Fazio would hold a divine trials to select the strongest will. The young women would attempt to resonate with the powers while overclocked. What? What's overclocked? Jesus. Sorry. I can't focus on the story the moment you take a step. Stand still, woman! So she saw the evil form of the monster in the sky. I learned that only the sword can break the barrier. When I woke from that vision, I discovered a line of words inscribed onto my hand. Okay. I would never mistake my own writing. That is precisely why I am searching for other possibilities. Well, it could be like the demon. Yeah, it would make sense if like the demon monster that is controlling their brains tried to interfere and say, "Hey, go and break the thing." So, well, I mean, she is a spooky ghost. Maybe it's just like a corpse in there. Okay. If the sword is the key for entering the Summer Sphere, it stands to reason that the Emperor would have played a role in the sphere's creation. If we can confirm that the sword was truly left by the Emperor, at least, that would prove they're either lying. I mean, not necessarily. It could have been left by the Emperor, and then, like, they could have just lied about what they saw. Cantarella said she was overclocking when she tried resonating with... Okay. So when she tried resonating with the sword. That's exactly what happened with Chichi. Is that... I'm gonna be honest. If that was what happened in Chapter 1, I have no fucking idea. If Chapter 1 was some sort of weird resonation thing, that was lost in translation of massive bullshit that made no sense. Chapter 1 legitimately is a schizophrenic adventure, and anyone who tries to use Chapter 1 for any sort of law reference is insane, including me. My permission should be cause a reaction. The one that... Okay, so touch the sword is what you can do. You mind if I try to pull the sword out? I mean, like, if she's smart, she predicted this. Because, like, okay, you invite me in here. I say I have a sword that tells the truth. Like, she predicts you grab it because you would have... She's not stupid. She searched into what we did. And I know what we did in Chapter 1 was schizophrenic, But it's very obvious we were doing something weird and we had a weird connection with the Sentinel. Like, it's very clear there's something going on there. So if she's actually a villain that is aiming for something, it should happen now. It's a weird looking sword though. I like it. It's a nice design. Like, as far as gacha designs go. Personally, I love everything to look like it came from the Cult Mechanicus. It wiggled! Oh my god! I'm the new king! I have been proclaimed king! My first act, all women should get breast implants. They must match you, jellyfish woman, whose name I've forgotten. Okay, so... you can call me the Blessed Maiden. That'd be kind of fun. But, okay, I guess it wasn't a ploy. That's kind of disappointing, to be honest. I was hoping that it was a ploy, and then, like, she'd have something activate. She's like, this is what I meant to happen. I just call her the Arbiter. I'm so cool. Everyone loves me. I'm so cool. Wow. The woman who's known for manipulating is being manipulated. Oh, man, come on. Well, less likely she's going to be evil. Let her be evil. Let villains be villains. I've seen this woman's trailer. She's sexually eating a fucking cherry or something. She looks so evil in it. Why do they always have this trailer where they look cool and then in the actual game they just do fuck all? Okay, so the maiden's still alive is the reveal there. I mean, I did just literally reveal to you that I'm essentially some sort of god-like being. Revere the Imperator as the one true divinity, and yet here you are standing. Well, I mean, they are, I guess. So does that make me like a pope, I guess, to them? I like it on her tongue, that's cute. I mean, I'm glad, you know what? I'm actually glad they pulled this off. I'm glad that they referenced this. You are technically, like, one of the things they've done wrong with some of the elements of religion and faith in this, if you had a very faith-based society, which they're trying to do here with the Venice, and I think they've done it sloppily, if you have a bunch of people who truly, truly believe something, and then I'm revealed to not only be related to their god, but to be someone who can control and define their god in some sort of way, this makes me as someone even more important. Now, the response to this should be one of two things. One, full acceptance. You are basically the word of God. I bow down before you. Like, 100%. You are, I believe you. You are the true one above all, whatever. And the second point is a denial, which you might say. Like, you know, a zealotous denial of that you are invalidating dogma that's existed for hundreds or thousands of years. But they don't go with either. They do a lot more of this kind of stuff. Like, clearly she's being like a little tongue-in-cheek, like, do you want me to call you master? But she clearly doesn't have faith. Or at the very least, if she does, and they try to say she has faith, and they do say she has faith in the Emperata, it's like so light. It doesn't feel like the heaviness of faith. It feels like, how would I put this? It feels like a more kind of gentle light type of thing, like the belief in like a government system rather than like a faith belief, because faith is something that's, you know, overpowering. It is something, it is belief beyond logic. It is you see something and you know it to be true. That is faith, and it's a powerful thing. And they try and play with it, but they don't really show it off as it would be, which is fine for what they would, if they were actually treating it as something more of a light type thing. For example, if the religion in the world had been something less focused on, less believed in. Maybe the church was a isolated group that still held sway, but not much, because people stopped really believing maybe hundreds of years ago. And like they never saw the Sentinel anymore, so the belief of it waned, something like that. And then we could have a simple moment like this where she says, traditionally our family believes in this, but like, it's like just a tradition. And she's like, oh, I guess we'll call you master then if you're related to the Sentinel. Like, that would make sense. But we're not. We're supposedly in a very theocratic state, which doesn't show any elements of an actual theocratic state. You're regressed once more. Are you willing to help Sentinel? Come on, she's got to be a villain. Why not? Why can't we have villains? She's just a good girl. I have my own reasons for finding the Imperator. You hand the sword, color sword. I only serve its purpose while in your hands. We'll discuss it on the way. She's got a blimp. Yeah, the one that looks like... Wait a minute. Is this the reveal where she actually can transform into a jellyfish? Yeah, well, it's just because it was so poorly introduced. Like, it would have been nice for this to be like a reveal around now, as opposed to like 20 minutes ago when we randomly blurted out that a human looks like a jellyfish. God, that was such a stupid thing. Yeah, I know. To be described as a fucking jellyfish, I'd also be upset. You're just like, why didn't she say purple-haired woman, big tits, like holy shit, humongous bazongas, like why didn't... What the fuck was wrong with that other girl? Was she even human? I don't care if she's like, not into that. Who could not look at those fucking melons? Good fucking lord. Like, I would have probably... If I was gonna... Cool, I got a sword. Like, if I was going to be, like, describing her, my first thought wouldn't be jellyfish. It'd be like, that was just, like, massive, like, enormous, good, ginormous. Okay. Let's head to the thing. We gotta go up to the top of the tower to see the people at the top of the tower, so the people at the top of the tower can take me to the blimp. They'll take me to the sky tower. It's not really a cable... Wait a minute. Okay, so... I was about to say, you called this a cable car? That's not a cable car. For one, there's no cable. 0 out of 10, guys. They described a cable car, but it's not a cable. Wait a minute. It's a train. What? Oh, yeah. I mean... I thought we were supposed to be going into the sky. You gotta love the map design, at least. Yeah, very different from the rumors. Yeah, about 10 minutes before I met you, everyone was telling me you're evil. A mystic except crafting poisons. Oh, she killed your predecessor. And this is the part she says, oh, that's true. A recluse? Huh, she didn't mention that the others weren't true. She says, recluse, that's a lie. I did murder my previous person, though. I would prefer that it was true, though, honestly. Like, if, okay, she's going for the deep cut, betrayal, maybe that's okay. But it wouldn't make sense, because, like, she wouldn't expect us to be able to use a sword, unless she did expect it and she was acting like she didn't expect it. There we go, the rest of them are true. Based murderer. Yeah, you killed the last ones, that's fine. So we live. So the soul fractures the mind, follows the puppet remains. Okay, so the souls of the ruling families, tradition dictates the successor ushers them into eternal slumber with poison of their own making. It's before their brain falls apart, essentially. See, there's some interesting logic here, but like it's just so centuries every day. See, like, everyone's just too good. Like, there's no good villains in the story so far, is what I'm saying. An impressive deduction detective. Indeed. I saw it before anything else. The real thing I'm worried about, are they going to have the story, like, the lines cut off when I reach this point? If, like, I reach this point and then, like, the voice cuts off. Are they going to do it? Are they going to fuck it up like they've fucked up a lot of things? No, apparently not. Okay, fair enough. Damn, I was hoping I could make fun of them. For all of my arguments... Oh, wait, it's already activated. Oh shit, I'm playing as her! Okay. Look, everyone. Holy shit. Good fucking lord! Now, it's time. We're gonna make her run, everyone. Oh my god. What? Fuck. No, I won't look at that. My god. My god. The earth will... Yes, there is a reason. Jesus Christ. I mean, looks like when she's just doing the... Good lord. Yeah, okay. I'm usually pretty immune to this. I'm not like saying that I'm like crazy about it right now, but just show that the fact that they went this far, and I guess in the Chinese games, they usually kind of like, this is the kind of shit that I expect them to cover up to get onto like the game and app stores. This is the kind of stuff, because you remember that back when Genshin came out, they censored some characters that had like an open chest like this. Gave them like a jacket and reduced their like the chest size because the Chinese censors. And then they could just make this? Maybe we are going forward. Oh my gosh, she's making poison. But it does suck that she's just like not a villain. Good. She's just like sexy evil, but not actually evil, which kind of sucks. No, more than kind of sucks. It really sucks, actually, the more I think about it. Like, this part of the story is more sensible than the first part, I will say. Or at least the part that focused directly on, like, the religion guys a lot. Let's use her ability and see what she does. Okay. No, the reason why there's enemies here is because you need to have enemies in your fighting game. And also so we can use your character. That's why there's enemies here, lady. Don't worry about it. What the fuck? God damn. I'm a very big fish, lady. Get out of here. What? Ah! Fuck off! So they kind of want to... So they basically want to go with villainous girl... Oh my god, what the fuck? I hate these monsters. Getting stuck in the bubbles sucks. It's such a boring way to interrupt the fighting. I don't like it. They should really focus on that. Yeah, they said the Dark Tide. They don't really talk that much about it. Die. I just wish she was evil. Maybe they'll give me that later. Wait, how am I gonna... Oh. Bonk, 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 run. So basically, big bad shit went down here, and bad... Yeah, whatever. It's fine. Kill all of these things before they put me inside the cum jar again. I don't like being inside the jar. Oh, I got one of those things. Sure, why not? Oh yeah, I didn't use her Q. What does she got as a Q? Yeah, temptation to trust the maiden, but keep those... Oh, she's gonna be fine. Yeah, of course, of course. I didn't get down there and I can't hear it all. All the story beat... Why is there no music? That's so weird. See, like... Listen to this fucking music. They really have a weird thing. Oh, can I activate this? If I was the maiden, I guess I'm death as well. Ah, ah! Oh, am I supposed to fly? Oh, okay. I'm stupid. Whee! Nyom, bonk. That top ain't holding them down. Holy shit. Yeah. 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 Holy good lord. Would you say that you can explain what the Dark Tide is in the bias review video? If I was well, I don't think I'll give... I'm not... At this point in time, I don't think I would give a full bias review video to this game. Weathering Waves is got a lot of interesting elements, but generally I don't think it's got that. What it's probably going to get is what I've done on the VOD channel. There's probably not things that you guys have seen, but they're basically all I do is I sit down for an hour. I have not a script so much as I have a list of gripes. And I go through everything from the positive to the negative to the story beats to all those things, and then give a little conclusion about it. I did it with Zenless Zone Zero for various seasons, for seasons 1 and 2, and I'll probably do it for this as well. So I won't get that, but would I be able to explain the Black Tide? I think the Black Tide, because here's one of the issues. It's been brought up a few times, but the Black Tide is like just like the evil monster of like the bad god coming in and killing stuff. They haven't done a very good job of keeping my attention on it, if they're being honest. I just kind of assume it's the bad god sending out its bad minions to try and kill people, and people saying no. Yeah. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. But honestly, yeah, that's where it is. It's not so good that I can't say that I know it specifically, but I think it comes down to the fact that I just haven't explained everything perfectly. And in the end, it's most likely just what I thought. The evil god... Oof, every time she's on screen, my thought processes just fall apart. If I was ever to roll for a character, it might be just for her, just for the sake of distraction. Come on, be a villain. Be a villain. There's still a chance you can be a villain. Come on, baby. Open the door. Wow, look how intense this is. Yeah, we worked really hard to get... What? I saw a bunch of swords. We got through. We don't need the other swords? Come on. I wanted to turn on me. I really wanted to turn on me. Oh. Okay, she's not a corpse. I was hoping she was a corpse in a jar. Big Tits McGee. Okay. So she does a little bit more. Oh yeah, I mean, I like that they're trying. They're going in for like a more of a religious approach, or perhaps a... So she's like, oh, you're from the family that's usually evil, but I mean, look at these. Look how much heart she has, guys. I'd rather surprise after all this time. You're exactly the same as you did that day. Look at her ears, you idiot. She's an elf. Of course she doesn't change after all that time. She's an elf. Oh my god, she's telling... Wait. Okay, she's not from 100 years ago then, because like fucking... They should be the same age. Damn, I mean... She's saying they should be around the same age? Does that mean... Ah, I see. This is so sad. She'll never get massive tits. Not at this rate. What a tragic fate. Hey, but medium's premium. It's fine, girl. Plus, you're an elf. Yep, it's a sentinel sword. Very big. I don't know where I was holding it when I came here. I don't have a bag. Why do you know the sword? Okay, so if I walk through this shit, I learn all about the sword? Wasn't the fact that coming in here is supposed to be bad and would break all the ruins and they'd somehow fall on the city? Which would be really funny. So they get little bits of knowledge. Oh my god! She wants to touch my giant long sword! Go ahead. Go ahead. You may touch it. I'll give you it. My permission is granted, woman! Grasp it with your hands! Hey, whoa. Don't touch the sharp bits. Okay, she's not even touching it. She's just used magic bullshit. I guess she doesn't have a very happy face, so maybe it's not the right one. She's a resonator for the evil god. Once again, the idea of making her more interesting developing on memories would have been fun. God, I wish they'd gone down my idea. I should write gacha... You know what? I shouldn't write gacha game stories. They should give me the gacha game story beforehand, tell it to me, and then I'll tell them how to make it better. How's that sound? Things are more complicated than you expected. I don't know. They don't seem very complicated. I just have to trust all the cute anime girls, and then I just have to fight a big dragon at the end. There's going to be a big red barrier, and I'm going to save you from it. It's going to try and eat you while you say, I'm the other one. The connection between the Sentinel and the Theoden and the second Dark Tide and the forming of the Sonorous Sphere. Yeah, it's fine. Right now, you're the only survivor of what happened. God, I wish the memory thing was true. It would have been much funner. I don't remember. There are 2 other swords. Oh my god, I have to go... Now there's magical swords. Yeah, there's... Once again, the story again goes down the path of introduce something random. I mean, I don't really feel too bad about this one, but it's just another example of the random thing introduced at the last second type approach. Yeah, because I'm a wizard. Okay. There is an interesting element here, right? So she talks here, how could this information be revealed to me now? Is this the Theoden's doing? So the idea of the Theoden having more of an insidious effect would be much more interesting. However, they really don't show it as having a insidious effect. They tell me it does, but more often than not, its actions are too obvious. Like, I know the Theoden was in the first one, now that I remember its fucking name. But, like, the idea of a Theoden monster that, like, is a eldritch being that is against the Sentinels, that infiltrates people's minds and leads them astray and tries to control them, and also attempts to, like, manipulate events to some kind of degree, is interesting when it actually does those things. But more often than not, it's just kind of a big bad villain that we use to pretend like it's scary. Like here, what if it's revealing is it the Theoden? Doesn't matter, because she'll just be saved from the giant red glowing beam and the big dragon monster by me after she says I should sacrifice myself for being evil or something. Really? I mean, if I sit still, I feel like I'd probably feel better about myself from playing this game. Instead of speculating, we should use the clues to gather so far. Well, let's look. Jesus. Fucking Christ. Lady Maiden. Damn! I didn't check out the back there, how far it goes down. She got some cancer flower up there. Is that part of her dress? Part of her body. Good lord, did you see, like... Oh my god, she's gonna attack him. See, it doesn't really feel intense. Like, I've waited for this moment to save the Sentinel and my family, and we have this piano music playing. It's another negative I think I've noticed about Wuthering Waves, and I guess we're back into the negatives. Wuthering Waves, its music choice and during scenes is very poor. It can get them right, but like right now, is it a somber piano playing really necessary? Like, and like this girl here, again, we were like, we basically just got her story, told her story on a trip. We didn't see her story. We get told her story. And I mean that in like, once again, setups and payoffs, build-ups. But I haven't been built up to these things. Ooh. This is hot. She's doing some... Ooh. She's gonna blush. Oh my god, if she had a blush on, that'd be kind of hot. No, boring. Alright, let's go up there. It's fine. Even if it's a trap, I literally will just like gain my old powers back for 10 seconds and break through, and then the villain will go, "Nani? Impossible! Ah!" and explode. That's what's gonna happen. God, they really have done a number of me of having terrible fucking expectations for this game. So how do we get up there? Elevator? Cable car that's not a cable car? Escalator! Escalator would be nice. A blimp! Okay, we put it on there and we go. But don't we need the other ones? Don't we need to get the other swords? Oh, that's the break. Okay, do I have to wait? Yeah, the idea of me not liking the other girl manipulate, because just what she said there, just for reference, is she basically said I manipulated her a little bit. It's a fun idea, but we haven't built her up enough. Okay, do I have to go get the other swords now? Oh shit, what, no, I don't? Don't I need to get the other swords? Okay, so it's just a... Okay, I'm basically just flying up to the sky thing. Fair enough. It feels a little bit better written, this part of the story. And a little bit more focused. I mean, it's still got those issues, I say, with like build-up and whatnot. But those are just kind of issues of improvement. Not necessarily a complete fuck-up. Like, the most I can point to is the jellyfish thing, which was really stupid. But it is what... Oh. Gravity is going a little silly. How is her dress still holding together? Oh. Rather than like a ruin up here, this is an entire city up here. She has the power of gravity? Yeah, why the fuck is it upside down? What the hell, man? Well, I mean, I just assume it's magic bullshit. Well, yeah, the giant fucking... Them? You mean the towers? Or is there a giant monster out there? Well, yeah, the god is keeping them up here because there's a good god. And maybe the bad god wants it to fall? Looks like I'm in a fucking Elden Ring world. What the fuck? Travel with a phone? Side boob. Why has she got that weird look on her face? What's going on? She looks constipated. Okay. And? Oh, is it trying to be like she's embarrassed? I mean, that could have been cute, but it wasn't really that cute. I got the sword back, cool. It's very Elden Ringy. Like, look at how big this is, though. This is, like, legitimately bigger than the city down below. Rather than this just being a random temple, this is the part to reveal that there was originally 2 cities. And that the gods both had different ones. Okay, up. The idea of like having her be like the maiden girl, having her be like isolated up here and like kind of going a little insane and like naming her fucking her pets and stuff as she lives up here, is a little bit more interesting if they'd lead into it, but it doesn't seem insane. Why would I have... Why is this even an option? Can we make room? Well, what's the problem? Just sit on someone's lap. Holy shit. Look, legitimately. Normal-sized girl. Big, thick girl. Small girl. Small girl goes on lap. Easy. Holy shit. Has no one ever fucking worked this shit out? Look how big that is. Okay, okay. If the giant fish will decide what we're against. Okay. Oh. Was this actually an option? Or like a romantic option? I guess. Deja vu. I have been in this place before. Higher on the street in them. All I can still lot here trying to figure out who I am. So wait, well you didn't know. Okay. They're playing it up now? I'm afraid, but not the answer. Oh. Once again, stopping the fucking discussion mid-path. Why is the funny music playing? Oh? We all got wet. Oh my god. That's probably the closest they've got to one of these silly moments actually hitting. That the earlier attempts at silly moments were silly, would just kind of... What? Okay, she sees in sepia. Yeah, there was clearly enough space for 3 people there. Holy shit. Okay, I only accepted the weird boat was being weird. Eh. How do I get off the boat? Forgotten. Oh yeah, space. I'll give them props for the cute moment there. Okay, basically I have new puzzle I'm learning. New puzzle for remnant energy. Okay, maybe I'm insane, but did they ever mention remnant energy before this? Fuck, maybe I have been not paying attention enough. I feel like I am, but I do struggle with the fact that the story is so uninteresting at this point that even when it says stuff, it's like dragging me out because everything else they say is so absolutely fucking upside down stupid world. Not all the time though, but it's like, you know. The first Primus used it to purify the Dark Tide. Okay, so this might have been in some lore things. Lunar remnants of the Dark Tide must be trapped. Gotcha. Kill the things, open the thing. Puzzle time. Do I hit it? Okay, I don't hit it. Yes, I've been shut the fuck up, game. I can waste my life how I want to waste it. Nah, that thing's too tired and sleepy or whatever. Hopefully it dies. Nah, do it. I'd like it to die. I'll forgive everything in chapter 2 if they kill that little monster. Not that I hate it, just because it would be fun. And I'd like some fun. I'd like some whimsy, like the death of the mascot. She's praying for the death of the plants. How could she? Okay. Just do the other one. What is the puzzle? Vines are formed of remnants from the dark tide and tangled statues. Use Cathar's ability to purify statues because of the corruption. The blinds book will locate remnant sparks to... It doesn't seem that difficult. I just use her to do some stuff. She prays away all of the big old vines and... Yeah. Alright, pray it away. Wait, what's this? Yeah, and then I shoot it at that thing. Gotcha. Yep. Yeah, I think we know this one. Grab it and throw it. Knowing me, though, I'll fuck it up. So let's go fuck it up. Go! Wow, so difficult. So difficult, so harsh. Now, before we continue our cute date with the elf girl, I will give some final thoughts before we move, because it is time up. Have been playing a bit, but I think after the bit of the mess up, after the mess that was the previous chapter, or not chapter, sorry, previous part of this chapter, with with the religion elements and then the faith elements, and then kind of just being like really sloppily applied across, and then them just kind of rushing through, hey, get over here now, do this part. This part itself, in an isolation, was okay. Like, there was a silly jellyfish thing. There were some elements that could have been shown off better. The music could have been improved to some parts. How they interact could have been better. I can imagine better parts of the story, like, for example, they're bringing up now the idea of, oh, you're worried about, getting your memories back. I'm like, there was a better way to apply that back when we saw her. They still didn't do it then. The other one is the villain girl. There's still chance for her to be a villain, but I feel like it'll be I do something bad, but I'm actually a good girl type thing. But I am excited to see what they'll do and how they'll fuck it up. Because most of the time I've noticed this. What Weathering Waves has done to a lot. Whenever I get like a little bit of interest, a little bit of, oh, this is alright, then they fuck it up. The best thing I could say about this part so far is, aside from the usual, like, holy shit, those fucking great tracts of land, exquisite chest, is the cute moment there in the fucking boat. That was it. That was the best one, where she blushes in the boat. That was probably the best moment they've had in the entire fucking arc so far. In terms of just a well-executed, cute moment that then shifts into that, what the hell is she seeing? This weird, like, spooky form of your body? Like, it's a well-executed, like, shift. And I didn't hate it, but it's like a one fucking moment in an otherwise kind of, it's alright part of the story. And then when connected to the rest of the story, it's because we still need to drag this chapter down with its connection to the very poor opening. I mean, I always say this, but it's no chapter 1. But this ain't no Girls Front Line either. Now, I hope you've had a wonderful day. I hope you've had a wonderful evening. What will I play tomorrow? Will it be more of this? I don't know. All I know is that I'm very tired, despite the fact that I had quite a bit of insomnia last night. So, have a good day, have a good evening, and remember, if you become a big YouTuber one day, divorce your wife and or break up with your girlfriend before you begin sleeping with your state-mandated VTuber wives. Guys, don't be like Mr. Uno. First, break up with someone before you become a man whore. Alright? Alright? Now, if you excuse me, I have to leave and go and try and sleep. Holy shit, I am tired as fuck.